We are live, sir.
Oh, sorry. Didn't know you were on. There you are. You're all here already. I was just jamming to the beat. Well, good afternoon and hello, kids, and welcome to the April 2025 monthly edition of the True North Eager Beaver PubCast, live from the
Lieutenant's Pump at beautiful downtown Ottawa on 361 Elgin Street. I mixed it up.
Today, recording day, is Saturday, April 12th, 2025. Mr. Grizzly and I were just chatting there, going, where did the month go? It's like already 12th. It seems like it went by so fast. But then again, of course, we're in an election. So for us, the days are going by fast, of course.
Yes.
I'm your host, the Eager Beaver, pronouns he, him, hey, Mr. Beaver, A. And with me, as you can see, is my good friend, Mr. Grizzly. And we are actually not that.
Yeah, right there.
There we go.
Right.
Not that far away from each other.
I wonder if it would. Is it that? Yeah, that works better because it was kind of revert. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Yes, now I'm pointing in the direction I want. Yeah, that
there
works
we go.
better. Yeah.
He's right here.
So we're both here. You're here. A big thank you goes to our podcast founding sponsors, the Peppermaster, the Miss V Mysteries from Corvid Moon Publishing, and Psychic Tarot Canada, or psychictarot.ca if you're looking at it up on the web.
How's I want to get a gauge from everybody online or anybody online. How's our volume? Do we both sound good? Is anybody low, or just somebody could let us know in the chat there if we sound okay? Because it's hard to tell here, even though I'm monitoring on my phone. It doesn't really give me the full gist of it, We'll
take a little look here. Who have we got in the chat? We have Kit Toronto Down. We have Kit Lori Sue, Kit Linda M, Kit Argosi with us. Hello to all of you so far. I have to. I don't see very well far, and white on dark. All the white just gets blurry. Mm-hmm. I've been like that, as a kid. Everybody thought I was sitting in the front row in class because I was a keener. It's just so that all the white didn't get all blurry on the blackboard.
Yeah, I know what that's like.
The joys of living with an astigmatism. So I will put on the opera glasses every now and then and take a look at the screen to see if the kids are chatting. All right, sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good.
Good.
Sounds good to me.
The audio test.
Yeah, got to check everything out here.
All right. So the weather today, because outside it's still another gray day. It's not raining or anything, and it's not particularly cold. It's just gray.
Are you getting a buzz? Do you hear a buzzing sound?
Oh.
I don't mean getting... No. You haven't even had a sip of your beer yet. I'm hearing a buzzing sound. Everybody online says it's okay, so it might be just my headset, because this headset's starting to cut in and out, so it might be time to order a new one.
Buzz.
Yeah, they're $20, right? I mean,
Sorry, what?
Okay, all right, smart ass. Oh, there it was.
There it was.
It's my mic.
Okay, yeah, it's yours. Yeah, okay. I didn't notice it was there until you actually pulled that, and then the noise disappeared. It was just like there all along, so I thought it was natural. Interesting. See, better ears than I have. Oh, yeah. That's why he's the tech genius, right? That's why I'm the... I don't know. What am I? I'm the hair.
Now we should be good. Is that good? I was getting it because it was running across an electrical line, and I think it was just picking up a buzz from there.
All right. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm going to get started. Oh, no, you don't have one yet.
No, I haven't ordered a drink yet. Okay. I was too busy trying to get everything sorted here.
Normally I take a while to order one, but the lovely person will be ensuring that we have libations and food today.
I think Abby. Is it Abby? I couldn't. I think it was Abby. I'm not sure.
So yes,
figured it out.
Was quick on the draw today, so my first sociable is already ready. But I will be a good host and a proper gentleman and wait for everybody else to have their drink so we can all toast together.
Well, I gotta. Oh, there it is. I'll bring the brightness up a little bit for me. There we go. That's a little better.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
just a little too. It was a little too dark. Watch. If I go to auto white balance, watch what it does. This is terrible. I'm like, I don't look like that. That's closer to reality.
Yes.
Why am I a blue person all of a sudden?
Translucent.
Yeah, it's very strange. Let's bring the brightness up a little bit. And there we go. That should be good. That should be much better now, I think. Yeah.
All right, good. That would just, if you can take the controls down so that we can see the chat.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
All right, let's see. Who else do we have joining us today? It's hard to actually aim for the ears when you got the headphones on. Okay. Oh, Kit Lori says audio is great. Excellent. Oh, Kit Uncover has joined us. Kit Linda M says sounding lovely. Toronto Dan says it's great and chilly where he is. Kit Linda M says partly sunny and feeling a bit warm here today. And if I remember correctly, both of those are Toronto and the Windsor area. Please do correct me if I'm wrong. But I believe, if I remember correctly, where everybody's from, that's what it's about. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah. So just a gray day. Like I said, it's not a. I mean, you know, I had my jacket and my scarf and whatnot like this, so I could be stylish. But I don't think I would have needed my scarf and my toque technically today. It's not that cold. It's just. But it's just one of those days where the sky is completely covered and there doesn't seem to be much happening. And still, it's not because there's no wind either.
No, it's not cold out.
Yeah.
It's just meh.
Yeah, exactly. Meh. Meh weather. Because it could be worse. It's all right. It's nice to, I mean, you know, for a walk. It's great for photography.
Oh,
So
yeah,
you got
this
nice
would
flat
be,
light.
yeah, flat light. So
Yeah.
So you can tweak it afterwards if you want. But,
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me just check here. I'm just checking on Lola. Make sure she's okay.
Wow, okay. I keep reaching for the glass. I might have an issue.
There she is. She's sacked out on the couch.
Oh, she's so cute.
It's a live
I love
feed.
her.
And I think if I have the other feed here from the studio, it looks down. You can see what she's watching on television. Well, she's not really watching TV, obviously, but I put on jazz music on a YouTube channel, and it just hasn't. That's the image it has.
Okay.
So it's like a. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, she's just chilling out at home.
She's a jazzy pup.
I just check in on her every now and then to make sure everything is A-okay. Wouldn't want anything bad to happen to my gal, you know?
He's such a good dog dad.
I try. I don't know if I always succeed, but I do try. So I can move this over to the other side here.
It helps that she's low on 4 legs.
Yeah, that doesn't hurt at all.
Yeah.
Well,
She's so gentle.
I just realized why I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten since breakfast, and all I had was 2 chicken wings.
Breakfast of Champions?
2 chicken wings.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Well, a buddy came over last night and he brought a bunch of wings over, and I was just like, I'm hungry, but I don't feel like cooking anything. Like, I just looked and I go, well, there's 2 chicken wings there. There's more in the fridge, but they just happened to, I opened the fridge and saw them on a bowl, so I just ate them anyway. Yeah. So 2 chicken wings for breakfast at around 8 a.m. and a cup of coffee. Not really a good breakfast.
Yes.
Protein, but not necessarily a good thing, you know?
Yeah, then we need some menus for sure. I had a lovely night last night.
What'd you get up to?
I came in last night instead of coming in today because I had a hot date with a high school friend.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a high school girl.
A high school girl, yes. A high school girl.
She's no longer in high school, though. Let's
No.
not, you know.
Yes. No, not a date with a high school girl, a date with a girl from high school.
Right.
So yes, my good friend Doris, a couple of weeks ago, as you know, I was going through a bit of a rough time. She reached out. She said, next time you're in Ottawa, let me know when you're there and we'll go hang out. So we did. And, you know, at first I thought, you know, okay, we agreed that we were going to meet and have dinner. And, you know, you think, okay, dinner, you know, 2 hours, 2.5 hours. You sit there, you chat for a bit, and, you know, you go home. And, well, we met up at 6, and I think we parted ways at around 1 a.m.
Oh, that you had a late night then?
Yeah. We just got good catching up, and you know, we were at the restaurant, and I think we closed the restaurant. And then we went to also a good cafe for some dessert, and little stuff, and then we kept talking, and then we left there, and then I think we talked for another hour in the car before we parted ways.
Wow, that's a good night. That's a good time.
Yeah, just Doris is, again, love. She's just love. And so when she reached out, it was like, oh yeah, this will be very, very good for the soul. So, and it was.
Nice.
So I know that she's not watching now. She does watch the show, but I know she's not watching now because she's doing an absolutely fun activity today outside of town, and hopefully having another really great meal where she is. But I hope she sees us later. And a little shout out to my good friend Doris. Known her since I was in grade 9, I believe.
This is me in grade 9, baby.
Yes.
This is me in grade 9.
Check
Check 1, 2. All right, look at this. I got a wireless.
Ooh,
I
nice.
got this mic. I'll shut this, and I can go wireless with the handheld. Getting a slight reverb on it, but that's okay. It sounds pretty good, right? Sounds okay. Yeah. So if we want to go man on the street style reporter, I can just wander. I could actually hook up my phone camera, and boom, and just wander around, interview people.
Nice.
I just wanted to make sure it was working though.
I like that. Oh,
yeah,
that's a cool thing on the bottom.
Yeah, it turns a wired mic into a wireless.
Oh,
right?
neat.
Yeah, so it's boom. It's just to buy a pair. You buy them. They're about $150, and yeah. Wow. So this is a wired mic, right? Wired mic, and you put this little unit in, and it becomes wireless, and then you've got the receiver over here, and yeah, it works well.
Jeez.
Technology, make a wired mic wireless.
You find everything.
Yeah, I've had these for a while. I just haven't used them in a bit, but yeah.
That's
so there
cool.
You go. So we can go interview somebody later if we want.
That is pretty neat.
I thought so. I thought it was pretty cool.
Because there's the one you made for me where I can take the little pin one and then put it in and do that, but there's no thing on the bottom.
No, because that's wireless on its own.
On its own, yeah.
Yeah, you don't need that and it's got the other receiving device. But this is taking a good quality stage mic. It's a Sennheiser E835. It's a really good mic. I really like Sennheiser and I like Rode. I know I'm supposed to say I like Shure because I sold them for years, but I just like the sound of this better. That's just me.
Yep. Oh, that's pretty snazzy. I like that. Good idea. All right.
Well, you know what it could be used for in the future when we get an audience? We can just pass the mic around. Right?
Yes.
That's the plan ultimately.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to. I keep on trying. I've been trying for 3 times to try to get some media accreditation at a sporting event that happens to be nearby to try to get an opportunity, especially something that would be like 2 or 3 days, so that you could test something out and whatnot. I guess, unfortunately, still coming up short, but hopefully there will be an opportunity
at some point in the future.
Yeah. I also really, just to be totally honest, part of the motivation, because I do want to do live events and that type of stuff too, but there's a podcast I listen to. I think I mentioned it before because I'm a tennis fan, right? So there's Tennis Canada has a podcast called Match Point Canada, and there's 2 guys on there, and they're just like really great. And I love listening to them. And as you know, we're always talking on our show about Canadians who make us proud and our tennis players in particular. By the way, shout out to Team Canada, because I was right actually yesterday. They were playing Romania, but they're playing several teams over several days. So it's Japan today and was Romania yesterday. But Team Canada did defeat Team Romania. So that's one victory on the way to the World Group at the Billie Jean King Cup for them. But with Tennis Canada specifically, I don't think I've ever said this on the show, but many, many years ago, I actually took the first level officiating course from Tennis Canada. So that's what I say, like everything. Like I went to see it. I've been to Wimbledon. I've been to the French Open. But I did everything but actually play it. And that's when COVID came around.
And that's when you started?
Well, yeah, because we had been in shelter at home since March, I believe. Officially when the whole world shut down, and we got to about Victoria Day, and that's when, at least in Ontario where we were, the government announced that I don't think you could sit in parks yet because we could still walk, but I don't think you could sit.
I think it was May. Was it May?
Yeah, well, sometime in May for around the long weekend, they did announce that golf courses and tennis courts
were going to open up.
Would be open because I mean, golf course, big wide open spaces,
Yeah.
and tennis court. I mean, you're hitting a ball and you're trying to get the people to go away from you. It's
Yeah.
like, over there, shoo. So, and since I don't drive either way, either with a car or
Or golf club.
a golf club, I figured, okay, tennis it is. But, and like I said, took to it like a duck to water. But yeah, it was just, if it weren't for COVID, I probably would be playing. But I wanted to be I figured, I was too old to start tennis to become an athlete, but I wasn't too late to maybe work my way up the officiating chain and be able to get the best seat in the house at the U.S. Open or the Australian Open, right up there as an umpire one day. But then, line calling with the Hawkeye came, and well, I was trained in line judging, which are good for the smaller tournaments, right? The 1500s and 2500s that they have, and all the local ones. But anything that's on TV now, basically has the Hawkeye stuff, so they don't need us anymore. Very sad. Because I thought it was going to be my ticket to see a lot of free tennis. Of course, I don't know how much tennis you get to see when you're like, your job is to like just watch the line. You can't really get into the match. But yeah, so yeah, I'm all that basically to say is that these two guys who are on the show are just really knowledgeable, and they seem like really fun guys. And so I keep on trying to get them, extending the invitation for them to come onto the show. But because we're a political show, and Tennis Canada wants tennis to be for everyone, they don't want people to get that sense. So they've politely declined, right? So I was kind of thinking, if we had a Eager Beaver Sports type thing,
Yeah, that
which
could
is
probably work.
not political, then maybe we could get them to come on that way. But that seems like a lot of work just to get a guest.
It's a little bit of work, yeah. Here, I got to share this from the other night. Let's see. I'll just re-rack it in this manner. There's,
my word.
Watching TV. We're watching Netflix together. I'm not joking.
It's like she's right in that position for that meme you always see with the dogs watching TV. It's like,
yeah,
what?
yeah. I thought it was pretty funny. Yeah, she was just chilling beside Daddy watching Netflix.
I'm hungry too. So, how are you doing?
Well, I'm hungry because I haven't eaten since the 2 chicken wings early this morning, and I could probably go for a proper libation at some point. Water's good. Don't get me wrong. Lemon water is really good. It's great, but I'm definitely gonna want a beer and maybe I think a hamburger. I think I'll go for a burger because the burger here is really good. There's a special where you can get a burger and a beer for like $14 or something like that, which is a good deal, I think.
Okay, let's see what else we've got here. Kit Environmental Coffee House has joined us. Hello, dear one. Nice to see you.
Yeah, a few folks joining in. There's about 500 online right now on the various platforms.
Is that Kit dataless?
I don't know.
After the second environmental coffee.
Yeah,
house.
I don't know. I can't really read what that says.
But, okay, so the first one is like a delta, right?
It looks like a delta.
Okay, I think that's dataless.
Okay.
Hey, how are you? Nice to see you. I guess here, it was more.
I'm talking about when COVID began.
Yeah, and some of the pieces. Yeah, exactly when COVID began. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have brought it up.
When the world melted down and we all stayed home. Yeah. Oh, okay. It's definitely time to order a new headset. This left one keeps cutting out on me.
Before the show.
And my right one. Okay, yeah. Well, yeah. So, and my right one, I don't hear much in this here. So just before the show started, I go to put my headset on, and I'm like, where? You know how they have the little rubber tips? Well, it fell off, and we're looking under the table. I'm like, how the hell could it have gone so far?
I bought it all fours under the table with the flashlight.
Well, we can't find it anywhere. And I just put my finger up, and I'm like, oh, yeah, it's still in my ear. I'm like, what are the odds? Yeah, the little rubber tip just popped off, right? Stayed in my ear. And we're sitting here looking under the table. I'm like, oh, for Christ's sake, it's still in my ear. I couldn't feel it, and this is the ear that my hearing impairment is in. So it's hard for me to tell. Which I think is pretty funny, honestly.
I got him lifting his legs up. Is it under your feet?
Yeah. Looking everywhere, and no.
And from we're in the pump, so
Yeah.
From the angle that I was looking at, I was sharing a lot.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. Yeah. So I'm just trying to fix this wire back here. And it's not working out. Oh well. Just Velcro to hold the cable behind.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it keeps coming undone. I'll see what I can do to fix it. No, I think I got it. Yeah, I got it. Yeah,
all right.
I got it. There we go. Just rubs on the back of my neck a little bit. It's not exactly the most pleasant feeling, Velcro on the back of the neck. But there we go. I'm just trying to get adjusted. So like if I go here, it's too bright. If I go over here, so I got to try and sort of right about there, I think.
Then so the mic.
Oh my gosh. There we go. There we go.
There we go. That's better.
Mike needs Viagra.
Yes. We were talking earlier about me also needing a booster seat because
Yeah.
I have to make sure that I'm sitting up real tall. It's like, but now I know what it feels like to be Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, I still love that moment. Things coming down, pops him
right in the head. Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny myself. And he just sort of looks
like, you meant to do that, didn't you?
Somebody's going to get fired, but good on you. Good. I guess that he said, I had my shot and I took it.
See the person 30 years from now telling this story, and it was worth it.
Yeah. I know I got fired and I could never work in that business again, but it was worth it. There we go. This is a better one. I'll use this one. There we go. That's better too. Yeah, much better. Much better piece of Velcro to tie this up with. My other ones, I have one of those little twist ties, and there, that'll work better. And just to keep it there, that's better. Oh, if I can hear better now too. It's piece just adjusted in my ears, so that's good. All right.
So this year, a little thing is different than usual because of the weather not being as warm as it normally is at this time. It's been the first time since I've started playing tennis that I've actually had no curling and tennis overlap in the spring. Usually there's a couple of weeks where I'm trying to play both at the same time, and that did not happen this year. So the curling season for me officially ended on Wednesday night. We did have our banquet on Thursday, which was really, really nice. So we had a gentleman come in and prepare some prime rib that was just so ridiculously tender. Some great potatoes and some rice, which unfortunately I had to skip the rice because of the stock it was boiled in. But and then they had some two very, very large shrimp with it that were prepared and spiced in a really, really nice way. So it was just a delightful meal. And then, of course, it's the year end, so everybody's in a good mood, and they give out the trophies for the teams that did the best throughout the year and all that kind of stuff. So it was just a fun night, and it was a final time to be there with my Tuesday night team because unfortunately we got eliminated in the first week of the playoffs, so we hadn't seen each other in a few weeks. So an opportunity to have a meal, all four of us together, and usually in the summer we get together at least once and have a sort of potluck thing where we all bring something and spend an evening together and have fun. So it's because one of our teammates spends a lot of time out east in the summer, goes down to PEI, New Brunswick, and has some family over there, and spend some time over there. So we don't have many opportunities to see each other, all four of us, during the course of the summer. Michael and I hang out now and then too. He's on his way to Myrtle Beach, I believe.
Is that South Carolina or North Carolina? It's one of the Carolinas.
I don't really know. That's yeah. I've never been, so I don't know. But they're going there for some much needed vacation, well deserved vacation. So and yeah. So it was really weird this year because normally when the curling season's about to end, I'm a little sad.
Yeah,
It's
this
like,
year you didn't
this
care.
well, not didn't care, but like about 3 weeks before the season ended, I was kind of ready for it
Mm.
to end this year rather than, and it's not like I'm ready to done, so I give up and I'm not playing as hard. Like, no, we played just as hard, but it was, yeah, normally like by the time we get to the end, it's, it's like, oh, darn, just like 2 more weeks. Come on, just 2 more weeks.
Mm.
But yeah, this year I was ready.
I hate to say it, I have a brutal headache right now.
Oh no.
It's back here too.
Hey.
Yeah. So I don't know how chatty I'll be. I'm trying to ignore it. I'm desperately trying to ignore it. But when it feels like you got a sledgehammer to the back of the skull, it's kind of hard to ignore. I don't know. It's not sinus related because it's the back. So
It might just be food.
yeah, lack of food would definitely. I'm definitely hungry. Could definitely use a beer. Definitely use a beer.
Okay.
Definitely.
Which beer
Definitely.
do you want?
Just to tread lightly.
Tread lightly. Okay, I'll go there and.
You're gonna. Oh, you're going to get. Oh,
I'll
okay.
go fetch the menus.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, I know what I'm going to have. So, but yeah, you'll need a menu for yourself, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh well, there we go.
Oh, perfect time.
You must have heard us.
There's Abby. We're just. So I would like a tread lightly, please, and I'll have the burger and beer deal. So a tread lightly and the burger. It's before 3:00. Yeah. Yes, please. Both.
And menu for me, please. Thank you.
Thanks. Awesome. Well, talk about perfect timing.
Wow.
It's like Abby just read our mind.
It's like
read
she
our mind.
knows.
Yes, she knows.
Very
Yeah.
eerie.
So I'm going to tread lightly. Is a tread lightly is a light beer. It's also like one of the inexpensive ones on the menu. So I like it. It's a light beer. So.
Oh. I was just about to slip down. I was
Mm.
oh, there she is. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no
Excellent.
problem. Thank you.
All right. 5 minutes to make a choice.
There you go. Make a choice. What you want for lunch.
Please cue the Jeopardy thinking music.
I don't have that cued in. I do have some stuff cued in though. And there's some laughter. There's some applause. And I think this is yeah. There's 4 little sound pads. Not bad for a pocket-sized unit,
It
right?
is.
It works well. So what can I say? You can do a mobile podcast with this thing, and it runs on batteries as well. I powered off the computer, but you can run it on batteries as well. So yeah, it's a good little unit, and you can even put an SD card in it and record on it too. It's the Zoom. I think it's called the P4. Yeah, PodTrack P4. There we go. It says right on it. Zoom PodTrack P4. Good little unit. And you could, if you're doing an audio only podcast, you can record directly onto the device with an SD card.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So they used to sell for $300, and it went on sale, and I got it for $200, and it went back up for a bit, and now it's permanently at $200. So.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. So if you're looking to start a podcast, you can get yourself a Zoom PodTrack P4 for $200, and then you'll need a mic stand, some cable, and you're good to go. Yeah,
What would you say is a good basic entry mic? So that you still have good sound, but you don't have to break the bank.
Well, actually, the one you're using is the pod mic from Rode.
Okay.
That's a really good, solid mic. It helps reject off-access noise better than most. It's designed specifically for this. So yeah, the Zoom pod mic, they're $139. I mean, you can go and get yourself a Bluetooth mic. If you just wanted to start from scratch with a laptop and the camera in your laptop, get yourself like a Snowball for like $50. And you can do it that way. But if you want to improve, I can definitely give you some guidance on that. For a fee, well, it's
Yes.
it's what I do, right?
But it's always nice because it was when I was looking to start before I met Mr. Grizzly. It was the same thing. I was asking about we had a mic at home, but was it good mic and whatnot? And then somebody, I think it was before I met you, but impressed upon me the importance of making sure that you did get you didn't have to go spend 500 or 600,
No,
but
no.
get a good, decent mic, because especially if you're just starting audio, you don't want to add any additional noise.
No.
And to get to distract from your message. So at least having a minimal quality, entry-level quality sound that gave you the sense.
Mhm.
Right? And I really wanted it to have originally a bit more of a radio feel in terms of quality of sound right off the bat, because I knew we were starting from scratch. So
Right.
I figured the more professional we can sound right from the get-go, the easier it might have been to get people to listen to us.
Pay attention. Yeah. Well,
And while it did help a bit, but I think that was probably one of the key things when Dean finally heard us.
Yeah.
He was probably very impressed with that as well, and said, these guys are just ready to go.
Yeah, and I mean, I've slowly added more equipment and
Oh, yeah.
lights and effects and stuff over the years. As it it does take a while to build all this, because it ain't cheap. I can tell you that. Like this mic alone is like $400. So yeah, and the mic you have at home, that was a 400 and something. They've gone down a bit in price, but they're still, I think it's $350 now. But when I bought it, it was like $400.
Yeah.
So. Time eventually does reduce the price on stuff if you're willing to wait it out, but you can't necessarily wait it out all the time.
That was the thing when we got your computer.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, no, it's just like, well, I don't have this. Yeah, I don't have the money right now. Don't worry,
Yeah,
I'll make it
happen. Yeah, and then when I ordered yours,
yeah,
it was $100 less.
Yes,
like but when you need it, and what can you do about that, right?
Well, that's exactly it, right?
Boneless buffalo style chicken wings. Huh. Buffalo chicken. That's what Dan's having. Is that what you're eating right now, bud? I don't know. I'm just looking at some of the messages in the chat here. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It is 10 degrees right now. So it's warming up in Ottawa. It's supposed to be, I think, 15 tomorrow.
Okay.
No, 13. Oh, thank you. 13 tomorrow, 15 Monday, and then back to rain Tuesday, Wednesday, 8 and 5, and then 8 on Thursday, sunny, and then 9 on Friday. So we're still very much in the, I'd say, very early spring type of weather. And I think this time last year it was about 22 degrees. So yeah, we're missing out on the good stuff right now.
Fries.
I just spilt beer all over myself.
And with the burger, just an extra chipotle off the fries.
Yeah, spilt beer all over my lap. Way to go, Paul. You done good there, son. No, you didn't. You spilled beer on your lap. That's stupid. I did not pee my pants. I'm wearing khakis too, right?
Oh, and beige ones.
Yeah.
For extra visibility.
Yeah. So any little spill in this, it's big, right? Just spilled beer.
I swear, it's just beer.
It's just beer. I swear. And
sniff it.
No, we're not going to do that. No, really. Here, go ahead. Get a smell. Get a good whiff. I swear, it's just beer.
Stiff my crotch. It's just beer.
How to win friends and influence people, I guess.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Look at that.
Oh, that's me.
That's you. Yeah. But look at this. Let's hold on.
Oh, yeah. The presentation.
Let's take a look at that.
Cheese and
look.
Yeah. Although the lettuce is because it's green.
Oh yes.
The green screen's on, even though we're not using it. Let me just turn the green screen off here. I didn't realize it was on because we're not actually using it, right?
One leaf of lettuce.
And I'm just gonna. I'm gonna put no background there. So let's see if this will. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, that should work now. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Now we can see it. Yeah. That was funny. I'm like, why am I? Huh? What's going on here with the thing?
Yeah. I was looking. It's like, we don't have a watermark on the screen. What's going on with the lettuce?
Green screened. We've got green screen. That's really funny.
The one where you had the Christmas shirt with it was green and it had all little Santa Clauses on, so all was like all this. This was just like a whole pattern of Santa Clauses.
Okay, I'm going to get into my burger here. Let's see.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, first of all, Okay, I'll let you have that.
Look at this beauty.
Oh, it's like dripping with goodness.
Oh. Let me get a bite.
Oh. So you couldn't get it in fast enough. You dropped some.
What a good burger. I'm telling you.
All right, kits and cubs. Since Mr. Grizzly now has his drink, hopefully all of you have yours. It just disappeared. Look
That's
at that.
funny. But you can hear it, right?
Everybody, sociable.
There you go. Burger and a beer. I'm starting to feel like a human being again. Yeah, this is just cheese and
there we go.
Cheese and bacon. Oh,
look at that. Oh, he's loving that.
Mm-hmm.
That's love right there on that face. That's love right there. That's the face I make when I'm eating lasagna. There's just you and me here, darling. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, Kit Saucy goes, ooh, my.
I'm feeling a little
basket.
A little chilly, so I'll put on the old took. Put my took on.
Don't lose the toppings. No, I need a burger. Let's see.
That's a good burger.
The lighting is the next level at the pump. You both look gorgeous.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
Well, darn. Thank you so much. So many compliments. I saw that one the other day, too. I can't remember which day it was this week, but somebody was really loving my hair. I think it was the day
you were frozen. You were frozen.
Okay.
And it was just a perfect angle, and the lighting was really good. And your hair looked great. I'm jealous. I used to have hair a long time ago when I was a young lad. Pre-50.
Oh, sorry. I got lost.
Fuck off.
I'm actually wondering if this might be the year I give it to the big chop.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it's by far the longest it's ever been. It's like mid-back now. I mean, like it's it's touching my nipple. Okay. So it's longest it's ever been by far. And let's see, 4, 5, 6 years with the same hairdo.
Oh, okay.
I mean, just longer. So, I mean, I can do a lot with it, and it does help for stage stuff and whatnot because I can do a whole bunch of things with it. But there's part of me that would like something a little different, but I don't know what yet. And I know it's going to, like, if I cut it short, it's going to be a pretty drastic change.
Remember we were on a film set a few years ago?
Yes.
And there was a fellow there. We were just extras in the background. Right. And there's a fellow there who had hair probably a little longer than yours, if memory serves. And they came to him and said, would you be willing to cut your hair? And he's like, no, I'm an extra. What? Like, no, not the star of the film.
That works like when you're due for one anyway.
Yeah.
It's like, would you mind if we touched you? Sure, go ahead.
But they wanted to cut it all off.
Yeah.
And he was like, no. I'm like, I don't blame you, but I wouldn't either. You know, not for what you're going to be on in the background for what, a minute at the most. Like, no.
Yeah. So fortunately, because my hair's so thin, it's really, really fine. I can take all this up and put it up in like a small ball that gets like about like this big. Oh, thank you so much. And then what I can do is I can fold it back in underneath so that it just looks like I have short hair and it doesn't like leave this big bump in back. But even with all of this, because it comes down into like a really tiny little thing. Because I see all these other people, right, that do the man bun thing.
Right.
And it's always like really big. And mine is like a button on a game show. That's a little tiny one. I don't know what they do. Like after, if I've had it tied up for a long time like this, and then it comes out and then it gets all the poofy with the waves and whatnot, and then I put it into a thing, then I get that big poofy one. But when I start like this, when it's just like flat and straight as a board, there's nothing. Looks like something's just growing out of my head.
Like a carpenter's dream, flat as a board, never been screwed. Come on, Never heard that before?
That is a foot never been screwed. The first
Carpenter's
part, yes.
dream,
The
piece of
second
wood.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, indeed. So yeah, I've been wondering, because the thing that tears me up though is that I love the feeling of wind in my hair. Really love it. I live in Kingston.
Yeah, it's just, there's prevailing winds there.
I know.
Like
it's
literally
just
all the time. That's why Wolf
fantastic.
Island has so many windmills, because it just never stops, right?
It's just fantastic. So it's like there are days I'm like I don't have it tied up. Like the wind's blowing and it's all over and there's this big mess, and then like I go in and then it all lands. Because I love that feeling. I know it's a comforting feeling. When I was a kid, my mom used to often like just stroke my hair to help me fall asleep, and it's like it sort of like feels like that, when you got this nice wind day and your hair's going, you're just like gentle Mother Nature is just gently stroking your hair and making you look terrible, but but it feels good. So yeah, but I'm like last year when I was playing tennis and this year when I was playing curling, the there is sometimes when I do have it tied up in a ponytail that it just feels like it's pulling and it gives a bit of a headache a bit. And
yeah, I can understand that.
And sometimes I like tie it low so it does, but then other times I tie it high to sort of like move the spot around. But yeah, and then when you tie it low, there's one thing, and sometimes when you tie it high, well, then it like again it just whips at certain spots and hits you inward. So it's a little bit annoying from time to time. So it's yeah. So I've been, but mostly it's been sort of just I might want a change of look.
Will you donate it to what's that organization that
Yeah, if I can, I will. Unfortunately, this is sort of like my still my COVID hair, so I'm not sure. I mean, it looks okay, but I didn't go to the barber as much as I should have during the COVID years to get the split ends taken care of. So I'm not actually sure if it's usable.
No, go ask them.
But yes,
hurt,
yeah, because all they do is they just put it high and then flip it up and they just leave it in a tail. So they can tell me whether it's usable or not. But usually I do when I have my hair long and I do that, I do some type of charity thing where auction off something. Whenever I did it though, I always went to a big public event where there were like 300 or 400 people. And that's when there could be an auction, whatnot. And we do that. I'm not exactly, and what I would auction off is the right to actually do the snip.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I'm not sure exactly how I would do it with this because if a kid in BC wins it, it's not like I can actually fly to BC to help you do this.
Well, you could, but
I could. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure how to. I would like to do something to raise some money at the same time. If I am getting it chopped off, I'm just not exactly sure how to go about it with this time around.
I'm sure we can find somebody somewhere to be willing to consult and say, here's what we can do and here's how we can make it happen.
Mm-hmm. I figured, yeah.
Damn it.
If you can raise a little money for something in the process, why not?
Oh yeah. All for that. Yeah. Oh.
And there's a lot of people that don't like long hair, and like I would just love to.
There are those people, yeah.
Yes. So I know that there's a market for it.
Mm-hmm. There's definitely a market for it.
Right. I'm going to have you talk a little bit because my soup has arrived.
Yeah, you get that soup in. I kind of inhaled that burger. It was so good. I was really hungry, and you know how you get to the point where you're super hungry and you don't realize how hungry you are. And there we go. We got the little soup there. Yeah. What is it? Mulligatawny?
Yes, it is.
Oh yeah, it's really good. Yeah, it's really good. If you've never had mulligatawny, you want to try it when you're in the pub. It's kind of like because this is a British pub, not an Irish pub. Mulligatawny, which is Indian.
Right.
Very popular throughout the UK, right? Because of the Indian diaspora in the UK. So yeah, you can go into any pub and they usually offer a couple of curry dishes. Yes. And mulligatawny's been on the menu here for as long as I can remember. Honest to goodness. So yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, yesterday, when we went out to eat, we went to Shafali's. If you're ever in
Oh,
Ottawa,
yeah.
on Dalhousie Street, 308 Dalhousie.
Where?
They haven't paid us. 308 Dalhousie.
Dalhousie. This is Ottawa, dude. Get it right.
I know, Dalhousie. Because I'm trying to say it the right way, because if I say Dalhousie, nobody else, if you're not in Ottawa, you don't understand.
Well, here's the thing, though. It's like, would you say Houston, Texas, or Houston, Texas? Because in New York City, Soho is south of Houston Street.
Okay.
It's spelt exactly the same way, but how do you pronounce it? It's Houston, Texas, not Houston, Texas.
Right. Oh.
South of Houston.
Right.
This is Dalhousie, not Dalhousie.
Yes.
Because it's Ottawa.
Yes. And that's because Lower Town is like very francophone.
Yes.
So it's the Dalhousie pronounced by the francophones is Dalhousie.
Dalhousie. Yeah.
Dalhousie.
And it's stuck.
And then the
always been
Anglophones then re-anglicize that as Dalhousie. So, but yes, it wasn't until I heard of because again, as a kid, I actually lived on Dalhousie Street when I was a kid for a bit. And, again, it was always Dalhousie. And that was like, and I'm looking at one point, I think when I was getting ready in high school, and I was looking up universities, and oh my God, they got Dalhousie University in Nova Scotia.
No, that's definitely Dalhousie.
Exactly.
But
that's when I learned that Dalhousie as a word actually existed.
Now, in southern Ontario, it's Port. I can't remember if it's Port Dalhousie or Port Dalhousie. I don't know how it's pronounced there. If anybody can let us know in the chat, that would be great. I've been through there before. I've never spent time, but definitely driven through there, down visiting Niagara Falls, which I'm due for a roadie to Niagara Falls. I haven't been in a while. It's a great part of the country. It's beautiful, beautiful place to go. And if you get the chance, I strongly, strongly recommend it.
Mm-hmm. Some of my happiest childhood memories of travel.
Oh, yeah.
Was Niagara Falls, yeah. I hadn't traveled much anywhere when I was a kid, right?
Right.
Again, we was P apostrophe, so poor we couldn't afford the last OR. So, anytime I'd ever been out of the city, like with my mom, was because we were moving. So, but yeah, when I got to the last foster home, I think the first summer I was there, once school let out, we all got in this sort of camper trailer. We wasn't a camper trailer because we had the hitch, so it wasn't an RV that you couldn't drive it, but we had to hitch it on the back, and then we would go to Kingston to Lake Ontario Park when it was still a campground, and we'd stay there till July 2nd, so we'd do Canada Day there, like this, and then July 2nd we would leave for Niagara Falls. Then we would go there for 2 or 3 weeks, and then we would come back, and then we'd go to either like a campground at Morrisburg or Greeley and whatnot for the rest of the summer. Well, but I remember the very, very first time we got to Niagara Falls, right? Because again, as a kid, right, Niagara Falls, you see the falls, you see all that, and I had never traveled. So we get to Niagara Falls, and they go, "We're here," and great. And we open everything, and we're at the campground. So it's like grass and like gravel road and all that kind of stuff. And I'm looking, I'm like, and this is how you knew back then, if you were paying attention, that I was going to grow up to be fabulous. I opened the door and I look and I go, "This is Niagara Falls."
No,
I was not impressed.
Were you Betty Davis? What a dump.
Had I known the line at that age, I probably it was all in my face. It was like, no.
First time I went to Niagara Falls, it was 1982, I believe. So I would have been 14 at the time. We went down as a family. And I don't know if you realize, it is a long drive to Niagara Falls from Ottawa.
Especially when you're a kid.
Well, Toronto, used to be able to get to Toronto in 4 hours, but now it's 5 because of the traffic. Right. But you have to go all the way through Toronto. Right. And then around through Hamilton to get to Niagara Falls. It's an 8 to 9 hour drive. Now, one time I did go, we crossed over at just near Brock Vegas. And drove through the U.S. and came up that way, just because we were leaving on a Friday afternoon and we didn't want to hit traffic in Toronto. We left at like 2 p.m, and I was like, we'd get to Toronto at like 6 or 7. I'm like, nope, no, because Toronto traffic's ridiculous 24/7. It doesn't matter. Yep. But on a Friday night, it's even dumber. So yeah, we just drove through the U.S. Which don't think I'll ever be making that trip again.
Jeez.
And there's still places I wanted to go to Wyoming, and I wanted to go to Utah. Not Utah, sorry. California. I want to see the Grand Canyon, get to Los Angeles, and get to Wyoming for the Devil's Tower.
Mm.
I always wanted to see that. Don't think that's going to happen.
Mm.
I'm not saying never, but definitely not for the next 4 years at least.
Yes, I wanted to do Route 66.
Oh yeah.
But I did have a chance to do Highway 1
Mm.
from Napa Valley all the way down to San Diego.
I'd like to do the PCH. So basically, you can drive from, I think, Seattle all the way. Well, the Pacific Coast Highway is what the PCH is, and it literally runs right around along the coast in California.
Nice.
So I don't know at what stretches through Washington State and Oregon, but there is the PCH, they call it Pacific Coast Highway, which I've always wanted to drive because it's just quite beautiful.
Mm-hmm. When you get on the one, somewhere along the way, you get to Bodega Bay where that scene from The Birds was filmed. The schoolhouse.
Oh yeah.
Like that's so you like. I have a picture of myself on the schoolhouse. Fighting birds, and I think like if you keep on going down, you get to San Luis Obispo, where the Hearst Castle, Citizen Kane, is
Rosebud.
Yes, and that's pretty cool too. And then there's another part, a place where it's like just like rock and sort of desert type thing. And it's like we're like tons of westerns like were filmed there. Right? So they have all these plaques and that kind of stuff. So that's it's a nice trip when you go down one, especially if you have several days and you can stop along the way and you don't just have to like zoom through.
Well, it was my friend's 50th birthday recently. She lives in Austin, Texas now, and a bunch of people flew down, and I'm like, I would love to be able to but it was not. I couldn't afford that. I mean, like there's a lot of money rolling. Thank you. Not a lot of money rolling in right now, so I couldn't do it. I just said, look, I'm sorry, I can't go, and here's why. And I mean, now it's just kind of a non-starter with the current situation. And I have friends throughout. I have family in Florida. I have friends in Atlanta, Georgia. Good friend in Austin, Texas. Used to have friends in California, but they've moved on. I don't know where the hell they are. We haven't talked in a long time. So yeah, it's places that I've wanted to go for a long time, but they're on hold for at least 4 years. Hopefully not longer, but during the first tenure of the orange bloated one, and that's all I'm going to say, I said I refused to cross the border, and I know a number of people who did as well.
Yep, I did. A
lot of people went about their business, which is fine, but now it's completely different now. Back then it was a principle thing, but now it's am I going to get deported?
Well, it's a safety thing now, right?
Yeah, it's a safety thing.
So with it, now, Kids and Cubs will clarify this by saying, of course, like no politics and no religion. We're not talking about
this is travel.
About that, but
this
we're
is
talking
travel.
about at this point, there's an intermingling of them.
Yeah,
this is just a new reality. But I had friends that I was talking to yesterday, telling me that they go to Provincetown every year. For about 5 or 6 years. And for those who don't know, Provincetown is a little gay mecca going towards, in Massachusetts, going towards Cape Cod.
I thought it was Rhode Island.
On the point. Yeah.
The
arm.
Thing,
as you're going up to like Cape Cod and going all the way up there. So Provincetown is in there. And it's a
Rainbow Mecca?
Predominantly gay little village. In there, and in the summer it's a good time, and a lot of people will like rent some of the cottages there and like stay. Some people stay 5-6 weeks, and and it's just like again, it's one of those places where you can go on vacation, and if you are rainbow, to just be yourself. You can
not have to worry,
holding your partner's hand in the street, and
you
can go to dinner and like feed each other. Oh, would you like to try it? And people don't look at you weird, and right, you can just be yourself.
Yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to code switch.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, at any time like this. And even if you want to like let loose and be even more campy, you can, right?
See, and I know what code switching is, but it's not something I've ever had to do, right? I mean, look, the world was built for me.
Exactly.
I don't like it that it was built for me because I don't feel that it's right or fair or just. But it was built for not me personally, obviously, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. So they had, because they were planning to go, there were a group of them and they were planning to go 5 or 6 weeks, as they normally do. My friend put the deposit for everyone, and it was about $18,000. And
That's a lot of money.
yeah, and they were determining, do we go? Do we not go? Do we go? Do we not go? It says, well, yeah, I mean, this may be, a lot of them had determined like this summer was going to be their last summer doing it because they'd been doing it for several years. So yeah, we'll do it. We'll go out one bang. We understand that there are other people are not going, but we'll do it one last one. And then they started hearing the reports of like, that lady from BC was like detained and wasn't even allowed to stay and like
And
just returned to Mexico
3 weeks or something.
Yeah,
like that. Like,
exactly. And then, people from Utah that got stopped like within the country, and then other academics that are going in and they're having their phones, looked at, and, and then we heard a couple of Canadians that went down and just like weird questions, and they're all sitting there and it's like, well, we'd like to go, but we're not sure we'd get out.
And that's a big concern. And are you going to get deported to Mexico?
Yeah. So they wrote to the people. They says, listen, we really, really, really tried.
It's just,
but I mean, you guys see the news. We see the news. Like the people are being stopped. Like we it's not like we don't want to. It's just, we can't.
It's the risk is too great right now.
We can't now. And thinking there was no provision for any refund of deposit or anything. I mean, they had been going for 5-6 years, always at the same place with the same people. And, they just paid like, the thing up front. And I was like, ooh, did we just lose $18,000? Because there's no obligation whatsoever. And fortunately, when everything's great. Thank you.
Thanks, Abby.
And he didn't ask for a refund. They just, I figured, well, there was no terms for it. So, he was just prepared to eat the loss and say, we can't go. And the people there, fortunately, were like, yeah, we get it. We had a feeling that this might be coming.
Yeah.
And they did return it. And I guess our friends even said, turn around and says, like this, like, at least like for your trouble, like keep 1,000 or something, right? Yeah. Like this, and they just returned everything.
Wow.
So with no obligation. So again, right? It's the administration. It's not necessarily the people.
And the saddest thing is who's going to hurt from this? The little people like us. I'm not in the import export business, and I don't run tourism business. So, and I'm on the other side of the border. But I've heard about border towns how they're watching, everything's just disappearing on them. It's really sad, but I understand, people have got to do what people have got to do. And like you said, when it comes to tourism, things have changed.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I'm remembering the back of the days of September 11th.
Mm-hmm.
The first 5 years, at least for me, right? I mean, look,
right.
The first 5 years for me were very, very difficult. And that was even if at the time I had an eyebrow piercing, like right here. And there were times where I actually had green hair. Yeah. And I'm sitting there, it's like seriously. It's like, does the typical profile of the people that you're looking for right now have like eyebrow piercings and green hair? Like,
no.
But I look like this. My mother tongue is French. My mother tongue's English, but my passport is in French.
Right.
I guess because my French is my dominant language.
Mm-hmm.
Born in Montreal, which turns out is ground zero at the time for terrorism cells in Canada. So that didn't help. Self-employed. That didn't help.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you look down, like there was like 6 strikes that I was like, I fit the profile.
Yeah. You're definitely, not in the best situation.
And I pass enough that sometimes here in Ottawa, cab drivers speak to me in Farsi first. So, the first 5 years after September 11th, there was like literally a complimentary 2-hour interview with every plane ticket.
Yeah.
Every time, like that thing that said it's random. Yeah, it's not random.
It's not random.
Trust me. If you look,
I tend to be the random white guy that gets chosen though, because I travel alone frequently, and I always wear a jaunty hat, right? So I stand out. So they go, well, let's pull this guy. We got nothing to worry about with him. And like it'll be it's just for the optics.
Yep.
Right.
Because when you're in the other room, like this, if you've ever been in the other room, everybody's brown.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody speaks Arabic or French as well, I guess. And the only white people there are the poor suckers that happen to have the name like Michael Smith or John Smith.
Yeah.
Because if you got one of those names, there was someone in the IRA that had that at some point. It was on the list.
Somebody's going to be asking you some questions.
Just, I had a friend named John Smith. He said every time he came in,
I knew a guy
like,
named Dave Smith.
Come on, man. So,
and the Dave Smith I knew was not the guy from the place next door, not that guy.
okay, yes.
This is another guy.
Yeah.
And like Dave Smith. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be better if your name was John Doe
Yes, really.
or Jane Doe? I know a Don Doe. I kid you not.
I know a Don.
Yeah.
I know a David Ho.
There was a fella I knew I worked with a couple times. He's like, my whole name, 4 letters, Wolu, WOLU,
Okay.
Wolu. I'm like, dude, that's awesome.
Yes. It's like
4
a brand.
letters. Like, how? I mean, that's so cool.
It's like a brand.
Another fellow I worked with years ago, his first name was Hung. Last name was Ha.
Okay, at least it wasn't fat.
No, that is a restaurant on Montreal Road.
Yes.
Hung Fat. I'm not making jokes or fun of people's names, but it's like, what's your name? Hung. Really? Yeah, man. What's your surname? Ha. I'm like, okay. He goes, go ahead, try. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. But and you're from Trenton? Yeah. I go, that must have been an interesting childhood. And he's from Trenton, yeah. Born and raised,
Yeah. So yeah, with the
good guy. He's a really good guy. I haven't seen him in a long time. He moved to Toronto.
So yeah, with that travel thing, I figured that's what it was like was September 11th. And I'm figuring, well, what again, because a lot of this is on a whim. What if I go and travel now and somebody says, yeah, I say I'm Canadian. It's like, yeah, you don't look Canadian. Canadians are white. You look like you're from El Salvador.
No,
we'll send you back there. And so it's like, you know what? I think Dorothy Gale was right. I'm going to click my heels 3 times and say, there's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
From Jen, she says, I went to school with a Fanny Ho. My Scottish mother was visibly startled. Because, in North America, when we say fanny, they're referring to your buttocks.
Yes.
In the UK, Scotland, Ireland, Northern Ireland, England, Wales, fanny means something else altogether different.
Yes.
Would be what you could say a front bum.
Yes.
On a lady.
Yes. I think, there's a joke. I don't know if it's not PC anymore because, but if it's not PC, I'm so sorry. But there are 3 people die and go to heaven.
Mm-hmm.
There's an Englishman, a Scotsman, and a Frenchman. And the Englishman gets there and says, St. Peter looks at him and says, no, you're not getting to heaven. You're going straight to hell. He goes, why? He says, well, you loved money so much, you married a woman named Penny. He's gone. And then the Irishman comes out and he says, oh, you're going straight to hell. He says, why? He says, you loved alcohol so much, you married a woman named Sherry. Goes, then you got the Frenchman, just send me down. He says, why? Says, my wife's name is Fanny.
Okay. That's good. That's good. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Well,
I know where I'm going.
Years ago, I heard this joke, and I'll tell it now because I think it's funny, and because he was in the news recently. So, one day, God comes down from heaven and asked to have a meeting with then Prime Minister Stephen Harper, George W. Bush,
Okay.
and the head of the European Parliament. And he sits down with the 3 of them and he says, I'm ending all of this in 7 days. So you need to go back home and tell your people this and explain it to them. He says, I need world leaders like you to explain to your people what is going to happen. You've got 7 days. You don't have to get your affairs in order because it's all ending. I'm ending all of it. And I'm going to start from scratch. So they go back, they leave the meeting, and Bush goes on and he makes the announcement to the nation. European Parliament goes and makes the announcement to all the other European Union members, and they go about their respective way. And then Stephen Harper gets into the House of Commons and says, well, God is real. I met him, and he told us the world is ending in 7 days. But here's the best part. He thinks I'm a world leader. I thought you'd get a kick out of that one. I thought you'd like that one. Yeah.
Love it. Oh, God. I love Canadian jokes. There are not enough of them.
With the blower children. Oh my God.
What?
Did we ever go to school? Did you ever meet the Dover twins, Eileen and Ben? Eileen Dover and Ben Dover, the Dover twins. Yeah.
Let's see what we got here.
The fellow who his sister has twins, a boy and a girl, and she had to go in for emergency surgery, and she passed out. So she wakes up and her kids are there with her. And goes, "Oh, thank God!" And she says, "Oh yeah, your brother named them for you." She goes, "Oh no, my brother's an idiot. I'm a little worried. What names did he give them?" "Well, the girl is Denise." He goes, "She's like, oh, but that's not too bad." "And what about the boy?" "Denephew." Denise and Denephew.
See, I'm looking here. We have lots of cocks here. One was a teacher. It didn't go well. Yeah, there are certain names you shouldn't give. Like if your last name is Shu, you shouldn't name your child Jim. Just don't.
There was a fella I knew years ago. His surname was Cox, but it was Cocks.
Oh,
And Wesley was his first name. And when he had he had a radio show when he went to university radio. And the name of his show was, and he played vinyl, so the name of his show was 12 Inches of Cox.
Brilliant.
I'm like, that's actually really good.
That's really good. That's
really good.
Yep.
And he was dating a woman for a while, and we thought they were going to get married, but things didn't work out. And I won't say anything else. Her surname was Steele. So I said, if you get married, you have to hyphenate it. Steele Cox. I mean, come on. I'm not even saying anything dirty. These are actually, this actually did happen. And you should start a line of from adult toys and call them Steel Cocks.
Oh, jeez.
Great radio show, though. 12 Inches of Cocks. What? That's disgusting. No, that's my name. And I play records. They're 12 inches.
That's
it's
really
a good
inspired.
It's a good play on words. I mean, it's cheeky, but it's funny too. Yeah.
Well, we know that we have nothing against cheeky humor here.
Oh goodness, no.
With all the beaver we talk about.
Yes. I don't even know what to say about that.
I love it when I discourage you that way.
We have a 3-camera shoot because I was expecting somebody else to join us today, so I did set up a third camera. And there's where did it go? Oh, it died. I'll have to remove it. I guess it's not working. Okay. I'll remove the source and bring it back in again and see if I can get it to work. But yeah, we were expecting. Somebody had said they would pop by, and I know they had planned on it, but I guess life gets in the way sometimes, right? Mm-hmm. And we'll live with that. I think that should be it.
There's a slight change.
Oh, it's not working. So if they show up, I'll just have to pan your camera out a little bit.
All right.
I think it's just too much of a drain on the bus. I need a powered bus system anyway.
Yeah. I'm hesitant for the food here.
Why?
Well, it's not the normal bun.
Oh.
So I'm not sure. Like, I'm hoping the bread is okay. But
did you say gluten-free or wheat-free?
Yeah, I did. That's why maybe they're out of bun and this is what they have now. But I've never seen this before, so I'm a little afraid to put it in my mouth. Title of my next sex tape.
Yes, Jen. Yes, to answer your question, that's who we were expecting to probably pop by today. But I don't know if I don't know what's going on. So anyway, yeah. But anyway, so yeah, we'll hang out here. We get if anybody wants to join, I'll put the link in the chat there. You can can join if you want to come on for a little bit, and you just click that link, and you're good to go. You can join the show.
We would like that very much.
Yeah. It's always good to have. Army Chris was hoping he could pop in, but he's got people showing up at his place and he's cooking. So he says, if I can pop in for a bit, I will. He says, but I can't promise anything. And I said, no worries. There's no commitment. I just send out the invite to people. And if you can make it, great. And if you can't, that's fine too. I mean, hell,
we're very cash.
It's Saturday, man. It's like, it's not casual Friday, but it is Saturday afternoon in the pub. It's cash. There's no stressing or pressing or anything like that, you know.
Drop in, drop out. No stressing, no pressing, but there is dressing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know if anybody heard it, but I had a really crunchy fry there earlier.
Crunchy fry.
Months ago.
Yeah.
Because I hear it in my headphones when I'm chewing. But
yeah. No, it's not picking up on the mic. I'm not hearing it. You hear it in your headphones a little bit, but I'm not hearing it. So who knows? Let me just... There we go. That's a little bit better. Trying to fix that up. Bridget is out of town for a few more days. She'll be back on, she gets back on the 16th, I think. 16th? I got to check the calendar here. Yeah, she's been out of town on a project. So she gets back, which, what is it? She gets back next Wednesday, I guess.
It's going to be good to have her back.
Wednesday or Thursday, I'm not sure. Wednesday, I don't know. I'll talk to her later on. But yeah. Well, I was able to go down and see her for a bit last Saturday. I just borrowed my dad's truck and drove down for a little bit. She's on a project in Mallorytown area.
Yeah, I think that's what you said.
Yeah, Mallorytown area. Yeah. So yeah, she's been down there doing some stuff and getting things organized and straightened away. And yeah. So I will let her know, Miss Shadika, that you miss her. I will let her know. I'll be talking to her later this evening, I think, sometime. She knows we're doing a PubCast today. So Yep.
Yeah, I miss her.
Yeah, me too. Are you cold? Because I'm freezing.
The temperature just like dropped over in the last 2-3 minutes.
Okay, so it's not.
It's not just you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe
I think there might be a door open or something.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I think that door is open right there. I believe it is. I'll go check in a couple of minutes. I'll wait till you finish eating, and then I'll go check and see. I'll close the door and I'll put my jacket on.
You should go because I can't have the burger at the moment until somebody comes back and I can ask about the bread.
All right, I'll take care. I'll be right back. Hang on.
Right. Because the show would end very quickly if I have anaphylactic shock.
Yeah, that would suck. That would really ruin my afternoon.
It might be entertaining for some. Would ruin your afternoon. Imagine what it will do to mine. Yeah, because if I happen to eat something that's wheat and I happen to notice it before things get really bad, a Benadryl might be able to take care of it. One sometimes is enough. If not one, then it's two. But if it is by for any reason two, for all intents and purposes, the day is over. Because by the time the two kick in, they make you a little sleepy. And I'm out like a light. I am particularly sensitive to it as well. So it's almost like for me, whatever the natural half-life of the medicine lasts longer. So, and then the next day I'm sort of always irritable for some reason. I don't know what it is, but for any time after a 2 Benadryl day, or even worse, when you have to go to the hospital and having to put in IV to get over the reaction. The following day, I'm extremely irritable. Alex found that one out the hard way when we were on vacation on the East Coast. Had some sushi that I was not supposed to have, and I think in Newfoundland. So off to emergency at the hospital in St. John's, and then the next day I was just crabby and just bitchy the whole way through. And at one point, Alex was like, "Will you stop?" It's like, "I'm sorry, I almost died yesterday. I'm grumpy. Give me a day." But yeah, so fortunately, it's been a long while, Dutch wood, since I've had to go to the hospital. I think that might have been the last time actually when we were in St. John's. So, but I think the first 4 or 5 years Alex and I were dating, I think once or twice per year, it was something happened. Just and it's not like it's not like we don't ask, right? When we go to restaurants and stuff. And so, but sometimes even uh, they do their best, or they think they know, and sometimes it's sometimes you still get a surprise. So, oh well, it happens because you have to think of everything, right? You have to think of like marinades and like like for example, if you're making rice, did you just use water or did you make it in a stock? And does that stock have flour? Did you use a marinade? Did that, does the marinade have flour? So there's all these little things. And then sometimes you just think, oh, well, I put in soy sauce. Okay, but what's in soy sauce? Well, it's soy sauce. And then you're like, oh no, soy sauce has a list of ingredients. And it's like, oh, look, there's wheat. So it's it's a little bit everywhere, unfortunately. So often you have to, I have to like be super careful. Um, I'm easy to, a lot of people think that it's difficult to cook for, and I'm actually not. And as a result, because it's, for me, it's just simple cooking, right? Grilled meat, steamed vegetables, that type of stuff are great. It's once you start getting fancy, trying to bread something, marinate something, make a sauce for something, that's where the complications get in. But other than that, I'm pretty, just pretty straightforward in terms of cooking. So I'm not that complicated a guest to have over if anybody was considering it.
All right, there we go.
Ah,
So yeah, the door was open and I could feel the temperature dropping. I was getting a bit of a chill, so I had to grab my coat. Even though it's almost 10 degrees outside, it's still, when you're sitting still, you'll feel the chill.
mhm.
Yeah, it says, let's say 8 degrees, 9 degrees, 9 degrees and cloudy. But yeah, if I was moving around, it wouldn't be such a big deal. But since I'm sitting still, it is a bit of a deal, and my earpiece keeps cutting out on me. So this is kind of a pain in the arse, to say the least. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, maybe that'll work. Should work. Sports is a topic of discussion.
Absolutely.
Montreal, it looks like they're about to make the playoffs. They're looks like they're going to get the final wild card spot. They might even leapfrog. Ottawa's in, but Ottawa could leapfrog Florida if
Mhm.
Ottawa wins the next 3 games and Florida doesn't, which would put Florida into the wild card spot and Ottawa firmly in third place. But who knows? Leafs are in for sure. They've got over 100 points, and it looks like Ottawa and Toronto will play first round, which I'm pretty excited about because we haven't had a Battle of Ontario in a long time. And also, there is the fact that Ottawa's had Toronto's number for the last little while, so
Mm.
it could make for an interesting playoffs. Although Ottawa beat Montreal last night 5-2, and I think it was the first time they beat them all season. So
Okay.
yeah, Montreal's had Ottawa's number, as had Buffalo, but Buffalo's out. They're not even in playoff contention.
Okay.
So
I just saw in the chat there, Jen said that she has a great potato crust recipe for pies and torts. And I believe that was a gluten-free reference. So if you have that, I would love that recipe. If it is shareable, if it's not a family secret.
as long as the place doesn't add breading to the potatoes, some places do.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to be careful of that. Breading or breadcrumbs and that type of stuff. All right. Thanks. Thank you, Jen, for suggesting, for talking about that. I've been also looking for a basic, I guess, a pie and tort crust, one that's maybe a little more dough based. So, because I would like to be able to make putter tarts, but I don't know how to make the shell part of it. Because I've got Ryan's Ashley, if anybody knows. Apparently, Ashley is the butter tart queen. Apparently, she's got a great recipe for it, and so I would like to be able to recreate it, but I don't know how to make the shell. So if anybody has a good sort of basic pie crust, gluten-free pie crust recipe that's not too complicated, because I'm not a natural baker in any way, shape, or form, I would definitely appreciate that. But the pie, the potato one, I could see where that would be handy for stuff like quiches and other things like that, where you would want a crust. And I assume that might be easier to make as a shell than an actual dough-based one.
Okay, Dan, I'll take that bet.
Cool.
Says friendly side bet, you and me. Dan's taking Toronto. I'm taking Ottawa, obviously. Loser must appear on the PubCast in the winner's sweater. Okay.
Okay. That's a deal.
I can do that.
It is on. Is it still looking like a... Well, I guess if Ottawa leapfrogs somebody, then
Well,
it wouldn't be Ottawa-Toronto in the
No.
first round then, right?
No, right now it's Ottawa-Toronto first round. 3 games left for Ottawa, and I think 4 games for Toronto. I could be wrong about that. Let me just see. Playoff standings. I'll get the list here in a second. It'll pop up. And yeah, I think Ottawa is 93 points, 96 points. I'm not sure. Why is this taking so long to open? My goodness.
Good suggestion, Kit Saucy. I'll see if I can use Bob Red Mill 1-for-1 the basic pie crust recipe. That might do it. Yeah, good suggestion. Thank you. Their products are usually pretty good. I'm just not sure if they're a 1-for-1. If they're a 1-for-1, it's better. When we get to the ones where I have to start adding all the extra gums and stuff, it just never works out for me.
Okay, so Toronto has 100 points with 4 games remaining, so I assume they play tonight. Florida is in third place. They have 79. They have 3 games remaining, and they have 96 points. Ottawa has 3 games remaining with 92 points. Ottawa and Montreal are in. It'd be virtually impossible for Ottawa to lose. They've got a 6-point lead on Columbus. Theoretically, if Columbus won their last 4 games and Montreal didn't win the next 3, Columbus could beat them. They could sneak in. So it's not mathematical. That's why they haven't clinched it yet. But Ottawa's clinched a spot. Columbus, New York, Detroit, and New York Islanders have not been eliminated yet. They're close enough that they could still squeak in with the remaining games, but it's no guarantee. And in the other division...
Yeah, wondering how Calgary and Vancouver...
Vancouver's eliminated. Edmonton is... I don't even see them here. What?
I think they're in.
They must be in. Winnipeg, Dallas, Colorado. Oh, there. Yeah, Edmonton's in. They've clinched. St. Louis and Minnesota are fighting it out for the 2 wild card spots. They both have 93 points with 2 games remaining. Calgary has 90 points with 3 games remaining. So if Minnesota and St. Louis continue to lose and Calgary wins their next 3 games, they could leapfrog into a wild card spot.
Go Calgary, go.
Yeah, I'd love to see Calgary make it. Vancouver is eliminated. They can't win. They can't make it. So, yeah, Calgary could still make it. Edmonton is in. Ottawa is in. Montreal could. It looks like they're going to be in, but there's no guarantee at this point. But, yeah, Montreal, I'd like to see Ottawa, Montreal, Toronto.
Yeah.
And as it stands, like I said, right now, Ottawa would be playing Toronto in the first round. Or no, yes, I think in Montreal would play Washington. I think.
This could be the first time in a long time that 5 Canadian teams make the first round.
Yeah, there's definitely 4. Well, there's 3 for sure right now. But Vancouver's out. Winnipeg is in. Edmonton is in. That's 2. Toronto is in. Ottawa is in. That's 4. Montreal could be 5, and Calgary could be 6 theoretically if they were to squeak it by. So yeah.
I think I'll be watching this year. I normally don't watch every year, but
I do.
There's some good buzz this year. I mean, I'd love to see Winnipeg win it.
Oh yeah, if Winnipeg won the Stanley Cup, I'd be happy about that.
That would be really great.
But here's the thing: you got to remember, the regular season is meaningless once the playoffs begin.
Yep.
It's completely meaningless. It doesn't matter if you beat one team all season; they could turn around and beat you 4 games straight. Playoffs is a different, and if your team is able to ramp it up in the playoffs and play above their regular season abilities, it could take you to Stanley Cup.
We learned that this year. My men's competitive Tuesday night curling team, we hadn't lost a match since sometime in December.
And then
for the rest of the season, first round of the playoffs, got booted.
Yeah. So there you go. You don't count that chicken before it gets hatched.
The winning streak has to end sometime.
Yeah. Well, that's, Sandy says, don't worry. Half the American teams have enough Canadians that Canada always wins. It's true. It's true.
That's true, but we would like to see an actual Canadian. It's been, what, 1993?
3, yeah. It's
Yeah.
been 20.
That's too damn long now.
What am I saying? 20. It's been 32 years.
It's like, okay, Bettman, you win. Now let us have a cup once.
Yeah. Can we get it back once, please? Yeah.
It's like that, Dan. It's almost like he said, you know what? That's it. No more Canadian, no more Stanley Cups in Canada ever again.
Well,
It's almost like, because I mean, statistically, this is getting impossible now.
yeah.
Oh,
Food, drink, and the hot tub. Oh, yeah. I'd go for that. Hot tub. Stanley Cup playoffs, sitting in a hot tub, having a cold beverage. Ooh, that sounds good to me. I like the sounds of that. It won't be happening for me, though, but, So we need 3 more subscribers to crack the 18.
woohoo.
See, 3 more. We're just 3 shy. If we can get 3 more people today, that'd be wonderful.
If there's anybody watching who hasn't yet smashed the button.
Well, if you've not subscribed, you can join the chat and subscribe at youtube.com/@truenortheagerbeaver You can join us there. You can get in the chat and you can subscribe, which we would really appreciate. Really appreciate that.
Oh, there we go. That one you heard.
I heard
for
that
sure.
one. Yeah, definitely heard that one.
Definitely had a crunchy fry there. I'm nearing the bottom of the bowl of fries.
So that was the
I got
crunchy
the
fry.
crunchy bits.
I had some sweet potato fries last night with some chipotle dipping sauce. It's very good. Yeah, my buddy came over. He's like, "Yeah, I'll come by and I'll grab some wings and some fries." I'm like, "Okay." So yeah, he grabbed like 3 pounds of wings. There's a lot left over. I'll be having wings for dinner. I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. He's like, "Yeah, don't worry about it." I'm like, "All right, cool. I can dig it. I can dig it. Yeah." So what smash the button. What time is it? It's 2:30. It's I don't know. I'm a little tired. I don't think I slept well last night, and I took Lola out around 10:30, 11 o'clock so she could meet her friends, and that's the staff here at the pub that the door staff love her. And then of course I'll be walking along and people are just approaching to see her and pet her because, she's Lola and everybody wants to meet her and she wants to meet everybody. So yeah, didn't get to bed until probably 12:30. And then of course, I got to sleep until 7 a.m. this morning before she got up and climbed in beside me. And I thought she wanted to go out right away, but she didn't. She just climbed in beside me and fell asleep. I'm like, oh, thank God.
Oh,
of course,
nice.
I couldn't get back to sleep at that point. So I just lied there for another hour until I got up. Tried to sleep. It just wasn't going to happen. Yeah, that's Saturday mornings. Saturday afternoons. Where the hell is she? I can't see her. I'm always trying to find her on camera. I don't see her. Oh, no, there she is. She's tucked on the couch. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can't see her from that angle. I have like 5 cameras. I have a 6th one. I just haven't set it up yet because I'm trying to figure out where to put it to get the best angle, just so I can check on her and make sure she's okay whenever I'm not home. See if she needs anything. She never. I mean, she sleeps about 18 hours a day. Truth be told, that's most dogs do. That's like, oh, they need plenty. And yeah, she gets lots of exercise, but she sleeps most of the day. So by that metric, she should live to be 20. I hope.
Okay,
I hope.
I'm down for that.
Oh wow, yeah. I was definitely very hungry, but my headache went from the back of my head to the front.
Oh, okay.
So it just migrated. It went like this. So this, I think, is sinus. Might be due to the weather, the pressure change, I think. I know we're indoors, but it still affects me indoors. Yeah. It's never fun. It's never fun when you have sinus issues. Oh, my goodness. Quit smoking date of January 2027.
Oh yeah, Elaine. Yeah.
No, that was Dan. He's quitting next January. January 2027 is his quit date.
Okay. But I believe Kit Elaine the other day they celebrated 2 years.
I thought it was 3.
Smoke free.
I thought it was 3.
Correct us if we're wrong. If it's
I can't remember. It's been a while though. Like, good on you. Good on you.
Because that's one of the hardest things one can ever do. So to have it to succeed, that'd be great. So Dan, that's good. I'm glad.
You've set a quit date, so I assume you'll try and work towards that by slowly tabling tapering off, I guess would be the thing. I guess. I don't know.
Let's see. Poor Douglas still waiting to see if his burger is poisoned. We're gonna find out soon.
Yeah. Oh, there's Abby. Yeah. Great. Two things. I'd love another beer, please and thank you. And he had a question about the bread.
Yes, just put in the bread because it's not the usual bun. This is gluten-free bread.
Yes, I'm sorry. They should have given you a bun. Maybe they were out, but I'll go double check. That is gluten-free.
But it is gluten-free.
flax bread.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh well, then that's safe.
There's a bun available for you.
Okay, but if there's not, that's fine. I just wanted to make it because I didn't recognize it before I ate it.
Oh, here. I'll bring it over here. Yeah, we got a lot of gear here. For those of you who aren't aware, there's like 1, 2, 3. There's lots of stuff.
Just tried to pull the bowl of soup. There were some stands that couldn't go through it. Reminded me of that joke. It's like, why do drag queens always enter a room like this?
I don't know.
Because they don't make the doorways large enough to enter like this.
Oh. Okay.
Darlings, I've arrived.
I don't believe I've ever heard that before, but that's good. That's a good joke. That's a good joke.
Good. Right up there with why do drag queens drink out of very large glasses? To make their hands look smaller. Hey, tricks of the trade. All right. Well, I can't eat this. So
get that into you, sir. Get that into you. Yeah, and you're probably a little peckish at the moment, I would assume.
I definitely am. I too had a breakfast of champions, and yours was much better than mine. Mine was that leftover Dr. Pepper and Doritos.
That sounds like a hangover breakfast. Yeah, that's definitely a hangover breakfast. Yeah.
So yeah,
Dr. Pepper and Doritos.
There was like a quarter of a Dr. Pepper left in the bottle because I'm not a big pop drinker, so I buy like the it's not even the one like the 500 milliliter bottles.
Yeah,
somewhere in the middle like this, and then I open some and like I put a little in like in a glass, and then I put the cap back on. It's like one of those things lasts me forever. But I like there's certain things like if I for some reason just the pepperiness for lack of a better word of a Dr. Pepper. Because like if I'm having very spicy Mexican food, if I'm not having a beer, I like that.
Well, truth be told, if you're eating spicy food and the beer, you should probably drink. I would recommend Tiger, which is an Indian beer, and it pairs very well with spicy foods.
Okay.
A lot of beer does not pair well with spicy foods and will give you terrible heartburn later.
Oh,
I know.
I did not know that.
I've experimented with all of them and the spicy foods. So let's just say lesson learned. Hard, fast lesson learned. When you wake up at 2 a.m. with heartburn so bad, that's not pleasant.
How bad was it?
I'm not going to share it with you, but it was pretty bad. Yeah, pretty bad. It happens still to this day. Even though I like the spicy food, it doesn't necessarily like me.
My sweetie's been having trouble with heartburn lately.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Acid reflux.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been bothering him like enough that he was wondering if he should go get a scope or something, but apparently it's not bad enough or it's the type of thing that wouldn't require that. So they're going to give him some type of blocker or something to help with that. But I don't understand exactly what it is.
No idea. Some type of reflux or influx or no flux, or who gives a flux? I don't know. Flux capacitor.
Who gives a flux? I like that. That was good.
I swear to God, every coat I own has a roll of
quarters?
No, poop bags.
Oh, poop bags.
Doggy bags, literal doggy bags. Yeah. Every coat I own has every pocket now. It's just when you get ready to go out, you go out once without it and realize, oh crap, you got to run home, get some to go back and just make sure you know where you left, so you can clean it up. Because I'm not going to be one of those guys who just, don't worry about it. No, I will worry about it.
Right.
I know how I'd feel if I stepped in it. I'd be very upset. So
Yes.
I don't want anybody else to have to go through that. So yeah, do your part.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just respectful. It's just being a good
Exactly.
neighbor.
Now there's something I'm supposed to do this evening, and for the life of me, I can't remember what it was. And I had like 3 or 4 things to do tomorrow, and I can't remember what they were either. I was telling my buddies that last night, and they go, "Yeah, well, when Bridget gets back, don't worry, she won't let." I'm like, really? They're like, yeah, all of us, we all have wives, and don't worry, I don't have to remember everything because she will. I'm like, oh, good to know.
Was it household stuff? Like,
yeah, but don't. I'm blanking. I'm blanking on what it is. Honest to goodness, I can't remember. And I can't remember what I was supposed to do this evening. Is there a concert? No. There's something I'm supposed to attend this evening, I think. But I checked my calendar and there's nothing there. So I'm like, yeah, okay. I guess whatever it was must be not that important because it's not even. I have literally, if you look at my calendar, there's a dot that indicates there's something every day except for today. Nothing today.
huh?
Like absolutely nothing today. So I don't know what it was I was supposed to do. Hope it wasn't important. Maybe I'll just check the old Facebook calendar and see if there's something in there. Oh, now I know what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, my buddy's playing a gig tonight. Yes, and I wanted to go, but it's in Cantley. Cantley? No, Chelsea.
Okay.
Wakefield. Yeah, it's in Wakefield. And since I don't have a car anymore, getting out to Wakefield on a Saturday night, yeah. Oh, no, it's not Wakefield. Motel Chelsea. It's Chelsea. Okay. I'm just checking it. Yeah, he's got the gig tonight at Motel Chelsea. Either way, it's still difficult for me to get there. I could take an Uber there, but that's going to be expensive. And getting home is different because there's no Uber on the Quebec side, right?
Oh,
so
that's true.
then you got to take a cab. And then that's going to be a lot of money. So it's just not in the budget. So, yeah, that's what I was supposed to try and get to. But I didn't know anybody who was going. So, yeah, I won't be able to attend this evening, unfortunately. It happens, It happens. Life gets in the way. And that's just the case. Would have been a good gig. I haven't seen him play in a couple of months, though.
What type of music is it?
Well, I've featured him on a couple of my music shows. Graven, it's my buddy Graven.
Yes, Graven. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. Some of it's acoustic. It's rock and roll. It's pop. It's
He does a bit of. He has range.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's playing tonight, but unfortunately, I won't be able to attend, which is sad because I would like to see him play. I haven't seen him play in a few months. Last time I saw him was at Meow That's Hot, and I was trying to get it together so we could do a live show from Meow That's Hot, and the idea was to get there before the artists, do a bit of a PubCast from there, and then stream the artist live. That was the plan, but I just not been able to work it out. It's far enough of a walk that I definitely need a vehicle to cart all the gear there, because it's too far to walk there with this. From the pump to my place is like 150 meters, so I put it on a flatbed dolly, no problem. Strap everything down, good to go. But That's Hot. That's close to. It's a few blocks away. I don't really want to be carting a flatbed dolly all the way down Bank Street. So definitely need a vehicle. So it's just coordinating things like that. I don't miss having a car until it comes to stuff like that, right? That's when I miss having a car. It's like, oh, I could go to this. Oh, shit. Yeah. That's the only time I miss having a car. I suppose I could do a virtue car, but I'm not sure what the cost would be. I don't know.
It's pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in a rush.
We had sorry, my mouth was full.
Mouth was full.
We had when my beaver sweetie went to Japan for 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
He had left his car parked And unfortunately, I didn't think of finding someone to drive it from now and then. So the brakes
Yeah.
ceased,
Yeah.
rusted. So and then eventually that car died. And between that one and the one that we had, in which we lost in June because of the car accident, unfortunately. But between those periods, getting that one, I think we were without for 2 or 3 years, and we signed up with Virtue Car, and we found it extremely practical. Um, I mean, it was more difficult when we were going out of town, that type of stuff. But for anything in town, it was relatively reasonable, and we actually calculated that we were spending less on it than actually having the car
Oh, really?
itself. Yeah, well, with insurance and amortization and
Right.
all that kind of stuff. It turns out that just renting it when we needed it, or taking a cab when we really did need, and then renting a car, for going out of town for a weekend when we did, was actually less expensive than actually owning the car.
Huh. Well, maybe I'll take a look into that. There's like several spots around here where I can get them at any time because they park around this area. So it's never difficult to find one. It's just running numbers if it's practical for me. So how does the insurance work with that? I guess that's all part of the membership fees or whatever.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I seem to have a frog in my throat. A little scratchety. I don't know where the hell that came from.
Oh no, dry grizzly, send money.
Well, yes, sure. We can do that. Yeah, OC Transpo. I use the train a lot.
Yeah.
To go back and forth to Bridget's place, and now we can take it to the airport. And hopefully this summer it's gonna be open all the way to Orleans, so I can visit my parents easier. Like right now, I take it to the end of the line at Blair, and then I got to take a bus, and it's actually quite quick. It truthfully is quick, but if you miss the connecting, you might have to wait 20, 30 minutes for a bus, right? So.
Mm-hmm.
But it's once you're on it, it's pretty fast. It's quick to get there, right? Because it just zips right down the Queensway, and it's only got one stop. Well, it's like literally, it stops at Montreal Road, then it continues on until it hits Jeanne d'Arc, and my parents live close to Jeanne d'Arc, so it's probably about a 10-minute walk from there. So, yeah, but hopefully the train will be running this summer. So it's just like literally, I walk up the street, hop on the train, and take one thing all the way to get to my folks' place, which will be great.
That would be really good.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes it easier too. Like, oftentimes they'll just say, "We'll pick you up at Blair." I'm like, "No, don't have to. No, we'll pick you up at Blair. We don't want you to take the bus." I'm like, "Okay. I mean, I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong, but if I can take the train all the way there, it'd be much easier." Yeah. I think some of my headache has gone away, and I'm warming up a little bit, so that's helping.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, and a couple of pints, it doesn't hurt. And some water. I got some hydration over there with some lemonade, that cool, refreshing drink. Elvis, we got to win this race. We got to win this race. Elvis, you want some lemonade? Lemonade. That's an Eddie Murphy skit from. Was that Delirious or
Yes,
Raw?
Delirious.
Delirious. Raw was the different. Yeah, okay. It's going back a few years. When did that movie come out? 82?
It had to be in the 80s because
Yes.
I have it. I remember buying it on tape,
Yeah.
like the cassette tape.
Mhm.
Delirious.
Well, so Axel F had premiered last summer, right? Axel Foley, which was the latest Beverly Hills Cop. And at the beginning, he's at a hockey game at the Detroit Red Wings. And he's with a young fellow officer. And he says, I didn't think you'd like hockey. He goes, why? Because I'm black? He's like, oh, no, you never expect. Man, my uncle, he played for the Winnipeg Black Guys. You never heard about him? He's like, oh, I'm sorry. He's like, I'm just messing with you, man.
Winnipeg Black Guys.
Yeah. I'm like, in Winnipeg suddenly become like a running gag for some reason in Hollywood movies. I don't know why. But yeah, because there was an all-black hockey league in Nova Scotia like 100 years ago, right? True
that.
Breen's. No, we're at the Lieutenant's Pump at 361 Elgin Street in beautiful downtown Ottawa, right in Canada's capital, Centertown, my stomping ground. More ways than one.
Sorry, you're doing a good job on not helping much because my mouth is full.
Oh no, it's fine. I'm like, I could just curl up right here. You know when you've had, you're hungry and you're kind of hangry, but not quite hangry, but just on the verge of hangry. So then I ate, and it's like I feel so much better. But now it's like, oh yeah, I could, that post Saturday afternoon, you have a late lunch, you want to take a nap right afterwards, which is not a good thing to do. You really shouldn't do that, but sometimes it's just a blissful nap, and right now I'm feeling like I can do that.
Yeah. Yep. You sound like my beaver sweetie there. It's like, I'll do this, and then I'll eat, and then I'll be able to do that. Oh, I've eaten. I feel sleepy now. I think I'll need a nap. Yeah,
yes.
Exactly.
And that's really what it's happened. It's like, oh, I feel a nap coming on. I'm trying to keep the room from spinning. Perhaps a Red Bull. No.
Grizzly bouncing off the walls.
It's 3:00. If I have a Red Bull, it's 10:00 before the caffeine's out of my system. And I kind of plan to go to bed around that time. I suppose I could do. I just don't want to. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. No.
Kid Uncover just said in the chat there that I think it was 41 years ago. I'm not sure. Sorry, I missed the date, but
45.
45 years ago today.
Terry
Fox
started the Marathon of Hope. Yeah, in St. John's, Newfoundland. Dipped his leg in the ocean, got a big bucket of ocean water, and the idea was to dump it in the Pacific when he got to Vancouver. Unfortunately, that didn't get to happen, as we all know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember a couple days later. See, here's the thing about Newfoundland. If you've never been, the weather is very unpredictable, especially in April, because it had been a beautiful day. And then it got drizzly and snowy. And then he was doing Gander a couple of days later. And my mother and I wanted to go see him. He was coming up to the town hall, which was literally closer than my apartment is to here. Mm-hmm. The town hall was closer from my back door. So it was just out the back door, up a hill, there's town hall. And we wanted to go and see him. My mother told me all about him. I didn't know who he was. He was just starting out, and there's no social media then, and he wasn't getting a lot of press. So anyway, he ran through an entire snowstorm in April and got there several hours later. Like he didn't get there till almost 11 o'clock. And well, I was already gone to bed at that point because, how old was I? 12? I wasn't even 12. I was 11 years old at that point. So yeah, it was I think it was a Wednesday night, if memory serves. So I wasn't going to be up that late. My mom, and she went to bed. She didn't go. And the radio had said, we're expecting him, but he's hit some bad weather, as you know, because all you have to do is look out and there's a snowstorm in April. And if you don't like it, wait a day, and then it'll be nice and sunny again. That's Newfoundland in April. It's very unpredictable weather. So I don't know if the iceberg season has started yet or not. It's I think it's a little early, isn't it? Usually it's May when the bergs start to flow in. It might
be a little early.
Yeah. But it started early last year.
Mm-hmm.
Very early. So who knows? Maybe it'll start early this year. I don't know. I got friends there and family there. I'd like to get back to visit, but it's a long ass drive, and to fly to St. John's is, well, I could continue flying on to Paris, France for I think half the amount of what it cost me to fly within my own country. I can cross an ocean and go to another continent for less money. Please explain that to me. I don't understand. I wish I could, get to St. John. I'd like to, what I'd love to be able to do is fly there for a weekend, but I just can't justify it. It's way too expensive. Although I think you could probably get a decent flight through Porter, because Porter is very affordable and they fly there pretty regularly, if memory serves.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like, I have friends in near Gander and friends in St. John's. So like I'd fly into St. John's, have to get a rental car and drive all the way up to Gander. And that's a bit of a drive. Trust me. I know I've done it. It's a drive. I've also flown it many times too.
Mm-hmm. Gitsesi says that she thinks it leaves around the end of April.
Is when it starts? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Let's just check Porter flights to Newfoundland for fun. I want to see what
When we went to Newfoundland, we flew Porter. It was great. But I think you've mentioned that on the show that a couple of times that Porter is just exceptionally good service.
good service and affordable and no middle aisle. You know,
No.
it's just a great way to go. Who's there? I can't see anybody.
Andrew.
Oh, hey, buddy. How you doing?
I'm coming to listen in.
Yeah, I can't really see because the lights here kind of blinded me. It's good to see you, bud. Good to see you. I am just trying to find, where is it? Why can't I find the book? There we go. Book a flight. Let's just see what it would cost to fly to St. John's. Come on. Where's the thing? Oh, I'm in Deer Lake. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Kid Jen, you're good for my ego.
Uh,
Kid Jen says I'm wearing my sexy glasses.
St. John's. Oh, they don't fly to St. John's.
They make my eyebrows do this.
Oh, there it is.
Take them off.
St. John's.
Nothing.
Let's see.
Put them on.
Let's see. It's cheaper to fly on a Sunday usually, isn't it?
A Wednesday, I know it is. I'm not sure about Sunday.
Return. Let's just see here.
Let's see what we got here.
I'll do 1 week. Let's just see what it would cost to go from Ottawa to St. John's at the end of April for fun. I'm just curious to find out what it would cost.
Kasazi says the best viewing is late May and early June.
Okay, there we go.
Then we got lucky because when we went, we were in July, definitely past Canada Day, and we got to see some really nice ones.
Yeah. Yeah, yikes. Okay, let's just select. I'm going to tell you how much it'll cost. I'm just going to select oh boy. Yeah.
Is it a lot?
Hang on. So okay, the departing flight. I'm just for shits and giggles doing this to see. Oh dear Lord. Oh my goodness.
Do tell.
Well, the cheapest, I'll just select the lowest fare. It's 9 hours and 20 minutes and has 2 stops. And it is, this is the flight there. And now I'm going to select the flight. Oh, the flight home is cheap. The flight there is $631 for the most basic fare there is.
Okay.
And the flight home is $274.
Okay. That evens out because when we went, it was like $450 there and about $400 back. And that was
Make that $313.
That was 20, and that was
for carry-on.
2017.
So you're looking at $944.30 to fly to St. John's. Now here's the thing: I can fly to Europe for less.
Yeah.
So, I'd like to be able to go, but at that, I'm sorry, I can't justify that.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't. I'm sorry, if I had to go for business, great. Like last time I flew to Calgary, it was $280 return.
Right.
I'm like, come on, that if I drove to Toronto and back for a weekend, I would spend more money.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Apparently, according to Jen,
What?
The glasses give me sexy professor vibes.
Oh. Okay.
Would you like to come to the board to solve the equation?
Yeah, $900 to fly to St. John's. That is expensive. I just can't stomach that. I can't. It's too much, man. It's too much.
Goes, it was about $400 return from Nova Scotia at the end of May.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Like I could stomach that. But if you're going to fly to Halifax and then rent a car, it's a few hours to get to North Sydney, and then you got to take the ferry. And which one are you going to take? The one that goes to Argentia, which is closer to St. John's,
right?
But that's an overnight thing, and it's not cheap.
Right.
You're back up to $1,000, right? So,
indeed,
it isn't. They ain't giving it away.
They ain't giving it away. Yeah,
they ain't giving it away.
When we went, we took the ferry back from Argentia. My beaver sweetie is not a sailor.
No. Was he? Did he get a little seasick?
He didn't have to talk to Ralph, but he was. Yeah, I think I'm going to lie down now. I don't want to stay up. It was interesting because I guess it had to be, but it was an actual former cruise ship that they used for a small little cruise ship because it's overnight, right? So you have to have the cabins where you can sleep and rest and
Yeah,
all that kind
because
of stuff.
is it 12 hours or longer? That ferry, I can't remember. We never took that one. We always took
Yeah.
the one from Port Basque,
I don't remember.
which is long enough on its own. And if the waters are choppy, it can be not a fun ride. Not a fun ride at all.
We were really excited though because for me it was exciting because it would have made it such that not all in one continuous, but with all the trips together, that I would have been from St. John's to Gambier Island on surface, Canada,
Well, it's
back and forth.
the one thing I've wanted to do because I've never been to Saint Pierre, and I
Ah,
really want to go.
yes.
I've been to France a number of times, but I've never been to Saint Pierre, and it's a place I've always wanted to visit because it's right there, right?
Yep.
But getting there again is not easy, and it's definitely not cheap. So, yeah, you got to spend some money to do it. And traveling is it's one of my things that I love to do, but you just require a bigger budget than I currently have. So, yeah. I mean, I did 2 weeks of remote shows from Calgary. So
Yes.
maybe I can, whenever I take another vacation, which I don't know when that'll be, but maybe I can do something remote again. Maybe something from, say, Yellowknife this summer.
Ooh,
Maybe.
that would be nice.
Maybe.
That would be nice. I love Yellowknife.
Port
Basque.
Basque. Port Basque is about 6 hours with the fast ships, and Argentia is a 14-hour crossing. Yeah, that's what I thought. 14 hours. It's definitely a long trip, and again, not cheap. And if you're taking the Argentia ferry, you definitely want to get a cabin because 14 hours in a lazy boy,
Yeah.
A lazette boy, as I like to call them, lazette boys.
Listen, boys.
I have a lazette boy.
I have it here. The Marine Atlantic ferry route between Argentia, Newfoundland, and North Sydney, Nova Scotia is approximately 280 nautical miles, or 518 kilometers, and takes around 16 hours to complete.
Does it give you the price tag?
No, runs up to 3 times per week from mid-June to late September. Average vessel speed travels at 17 knots. I remember, if I remember correctly, when we booked it, I think was at least $100. At $135, I think, but we had booked really in advance.
Well, they could probably start using plans, which is a ground effects aircraft that flies a few feet above the water, and it's also it's a floating. It's a flying boat, effectively, is what it is. I was really having a hard time with that, but that would be just to transport people. You wouldn't want to be loading it up with cargo as well.
Right.
So with a ferry, you could have your vehicle on that, and if you wanted to get across quicker, they could use an plane, which, like I said, it flies close. It's low to the water. It can go up to 10,000 feet, but they usually fly low to the water. And they're very cost effective, but they're not widely used anywhere, although apparently the American military is looking at building new ones. So, yeah, anyway, you can look up Ekranoplan, not plane, Ekranoplan, if you want to, if you're interested in learning about ground effects aircraft. Russians used to have them, and they called them Russian sea monsters because they'd land in the water and pull up to a harbor. And they were odd-looking aircraft, to say the least.
So here I got the, it's 103.80 one way, I think. Yeah, 103.80 one way for an adult, 93.50 for seniors, 51.90 for children 5 to 10.
That's
and
less than I
free for
thought.
infants. Yeah, it's pretty reasonable. About 103.83 plus fees.
Yes, and that's not a cabin either. That's sitting in a chair for 14 hours, which is
Probably, yeah.
I mean, now you
And
can
I
bring
guess it's maybe more if you're bringing a vehicle because we didn't have a vehicle because we were good.
That is correct. It is more.
Yeah.
So
because we flew into St. John's and then we rented a car while we were in Newfoundland, and then took the ferry. We got Sydney. We rented a car for the day in Sydney when we went to Louisbourg, and then we took a bus down to Halifax. And then we rented a car then when we went all the way down the south.
Right.
And then we took a bus to Moncton from there. And then I rented a car when we did all the stuff in Nova Scotia and
Oh,
PEI,
yeah.
and then took the plane out from
You got to go to Moncton in the summer there to catch the tidal bore, eh?
yeah.
All kinds of stink comes in with that. I'll tell you, the Petitcodiac. Oh yeah.
Then we flew
Muddy River.
flew out of Moncton to Montreal, and then we went to the Rogers Cup, and then we trained back home to Kingston.
Mm.
And then the very next day, I was on a bus back to Montreal to audition for a musical.
Now I know that in Miramichi you can catch the train. I'm trying to remember. Does Via go? I know Via goes to Halifax, but do they go to Moncton as well? I can't remember.
The
Via
train?
Rail? Yeah, doesn't it just go to Moncton?
Fredericton and Edmonton, I think, but not Moncton, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken.
I don't think they go to Moncton. No, I know they go to Newcastle, which is the Miramichi, which is one half of Miramichi. Via Rail route. I'm just all these travel ideas in mind right now. Atlantic. I can't spell anything. Via Rail Atlantic. I just want to see Atlantic Canada train travel. And where do we have? Okay. Let's see. So, oh, no, it does go to Moncton. Yeah, so it goes up Gaspé into Campbellton, Bathurst, Miramichi, Moncton, Amherst, Truro, and then Halifax. Doesn't go to Fredericton anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
See?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
more of a coastal
So it
thing.
does go to Moncton, though.
Yeah, it does go to Moncton, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was pretty sure it went to Moncton. It's been a while. But I've taken the train from there to, from Alberta. Yeah, from Cold Lake. I guess we took the train from Edmonton because it doesn't go to Cold Lake. We took the train from Edmonton to Miramichi, New Brunswick. That was long.
Yeah. So yeah, you were right. The 103.50 was just the seat. I couldn't find a price for cabins because all the things I was looking at said no cabins available.
Right.
But if you're adding a car, it's like
Yeah,
an extra 215 or something.
There's where
That's
the price
just a
tag
basic
is.
car.
Yes. Yeah.
But that's both ways.
Yeah.
On return.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
that's where
so
the
you pay for the person, you pay for the car.
yeah.
Now
Yeah.
I'm not sure, however, if you pay for the car, you also have to pay for the person, or if you're included with the car.
That's a good question. I don't know. You're not allowed to be in your car, though.
No, you're not allowed to be in the car. But I'm wondering if you're included, or if you have to pay for the car and then pay for the person.
No,
specifically,
it'd probably
or
be.
if you
I
pay
think
for
it's
the car includes the person.
the car does include one person. You can't pay per car load. I think it includes the driver.
Mm.
But I could be wrong. It's been a long time. I
Yeah.
haven't done the crossing in 45 years. So.
Yeah. I would assume it would include at least the driver, but I don't know because I don't drive.
Thunder Bay to London. Yeah, that'd be a hell of a trip. When we were younger, much younger, in 72, I think it was, this is a true story. My dad, we had to drive down to Boston. So we drove from Cold Lake, Alberta to Boston, Massachusetts, and back.
Ugh.
Over the course, we went down on a Thursday and we came back on a Tuesday.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a long time ago. My dad was a young man at the time, so he had the stamina to do it. I wouldn't do something like that today. Hell no.
Mm.
I mean, I drove them back from New Brunswick last summer, and that was I think took us about 12 hours, I think, with stops and that. And by the time I got home, I was a zombie. You feel like you can't get your arms back into regular position because you're like, good times.
Mm.
But we did, there's the bypass route at Montreal now. You go south around the city, you miss all of the traffic. It's a toll road, but it's cheap. And the day we went, it was free because there was another route that was closed and we had, they were redirecting traffic, so they didn't charge. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And you go under the St. Lawrence, but it's not a tunnel. What they did was the shipping lane was there.
Fantastic.
And they put concrete around the shipping lane, and dug underneath it. It's not a tunnel. It's just like an underpass, but it's underneath the shipping lane for the St. Lawrence River. It's kind of crazy. Some serious engineering in there. Yeah.
Make myself comfy. Yeah. So my first sort of big trip that way was I took the train from Ottawa to Halifax.
Oh, yeah.
And I was going to go stay with some friends. I think it was grade 11 for March break. And we got at one point, the train just stopped moving in the middle of the night. And, we were playing cards and stuff. And we realized, like, we haven't been moving for a while. So, yeah, don't worry. Like, this will be, I guess, and then a couple of hours later, it's like the sun's coming up and we still haven't moved yet. And it turns out we were stuck there for 13 hours. Before something had happened. We had slightly derailed or something. We had fallen off the track.
That's not good.
Or something, and they had to bring in somebody to like bring us and put us back on the track a little bit. It was like almost like just like the wheel just went like boof off the side of it or something, or just slid off. But yeah, if we were there for 12 or 13 hours, and I think I was 16, and this is pre-cell phone, of course, so you can't tell. And I'm thinking, nobody's going to be there to pick me up, because, of course, it never occurred to me at 16 years old, right, that they would be telling people waiting that, the train is late, don't leave without your people. And I remember that night, I think we were, like I said, we were playing cards and whatnot, and then at one point we decided to fall asleep when we woke up and we were in the exact same spot. It was like, we haven't moved at all. And that morning, because they were still waiting for the train to arrive to come and hitch us.
Right.
It was like, well, they had to feed people with what was left, right? And they said, well, we'll have some breakfast for you, but the normal 2 egg and toast one breakfast is going to be down to 1 egg. We can get everybody
we got no more
something.
food. We got no more food. Yeah.
Unfortunately, when they brought the other train, they brought some extra food too.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, they treated us well, but it was it's like, oh, okay, just you never expect the train to stop for 13 hours.
Yeah. Well,
right?
I just here's a headline from the New York Post. I'm going to read it to you, then I'll show it to you. Salmon are swimming faster due to painkillers dumped into rivers. Study. I'm not joking. From the New York Post.
Okay.
I'm like, well, is that a bad thing? Probably. I think that's a bad thing. I would guess.
Look at me. I could only swim 70 kilometers an hour, but now that I've taken Tylenol, look at me. I'm going 85.
Well, it's
Catch me if you can. Eat my fin dust.
The guy who tweeted out the thing. I gotta read this to you because it's funny. It says, "What in the ever-loving fuckstorm is going on here?" You can see it right there.
Man,
that is funny. That's funny, man. What he said is funny. What's happening isn't funny, and it's not political. It's just one of those strange headlines you get come across your feed on a Saturday afternoon at like.
It's like I gotta click on that.
I'm like, is that New York Post? I guess it's real. I don't know. Unless they've gone
Post.
full Inquirer. So
It is the New York Post.
yeah. Kind of like the Daily Mail. Dear Daily Mail. That was a song by an artist a few years ago. I forget what it was all about.
Daily Mail, M-A-L-E?
M-A-I-L. Mail.
No,
I know what you were trying to get at, but no. No, that was not the case.
Get your Daily Mail. Hi, sweetie. I love you.
Is that like a page 3 boy?
The Sunshine Boy.
The page 3 girl in the London Sun, up until very recently, was always topless.
I did not know that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
In London, England. I mean, not London, Ontario. Yeah. Until they finally stopped doing it a couple of years ago, I think. But yeah, up until just recently, they were always topless. And I was like, what? It was like Montreal. Allo, police.
So I didn't mind it when they had Sunshine Boys and they were topless.
Remember when The Rock was in there?
No.
Oh, you got to see this. I'll find it and show it to you. It's funny because he makes fun of it too.
That was the one thing, though, I did appreciate about the sun. It's like with the Sunshine Girl. It's like, oh, come on. Oh, wait, but there's a Sunshine Boy. Okay, well, you know what? It's equal opportunity. That's fine.
This is Okay, so this was the picture.
That's the one?
Yeah, and then he duplicated it a few years ago.
Love it.
Recreated it, but yeah, let's see. I'll put this on the screen if I can find a good one. There we go. Yeah, he was the Sunshine Boy. And Dwayne The Rock Johnson reflects on being a Sunshine Boy. Let me just blow this up a bit so I can put it on the screen because it's pretty funny. And I'll put this.
I love the
share
fanny pack.
Yeah. If you've not seen this before, it's really funny. And he makes fun of it too. So we're not laughing at him. We're very much laughing with him. So there he is. Come on. Scroll. Oh, whoa. There he is. Reflects on being a Sunshine Boy. The fanny pack, the chain on the outside.
Yeah, the big thick chain on the neck.
Yeah, outside of his black turtleneck.
Yes.
Why is it not? Oh, this is whatever. Anyway, yeah, I thought that was funny. Yeah, so that's The Rock as the Sunshine Boy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he was living in Toronto at the time, I think. Oh, don't forget, his father's from Halifax, right? He has dual citizenship.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That might have been, he might have been Calgary because he had tried out for the Calgary Stampeders. He wanted to play football, but Wally Buono, who was the coach at the time, said, "Kid, I love you. You're great. You got all the heart, but you just don't have the talent."
Oh.
And he says, "So I'm not going to stretch it out for you. I'm just going to cut you now so that you can get on with your life and do something better. This isn't for you." And they've remained friends to this day. And he holds him in very high regard. So, yeah, that's right. Yeah, his dad's from Rocky. What was Rocky Johnson? And he was from Halifax. Yeah, he only died about 2 or 3 years ago, I think.
Was his dad
from
in wrestling
Amherst
as well?
Yeah, his dad was a wrestler.
Okay.
Yeah. Amherst. Okay. Anyway, Rocky Johnson. Yeah.
Because that name sounded familiar to me, but I didn't know from what.
There was a fella I met years ago. There's a fella I used to work with. His name was Rock. And I'm like, "Why Rock?" He goes, "La Rock." I just went with Rock.
Mm-hmm.
I goes, "That's your surname?" He goes, "No, that's my first name." I go, "La Rock is your first name?" He goes, "Yeah, I know."
Wow.
He goes, "That's why I go with Rock." I'm like, "Yeah, fair enough. I get it." Yeah.
La Rock.
I don't know what his surname was. I never learned it.
Oh.
I mean, the guy tells you his name is Rock. You just kind of roll with it. What are you going to do? Rocky Johnson from Amherst, Nova Scotia. There we go. Yeah. Pretty good, right?
Yeah, I dated a guy named Rock.
I can come up with puns every now and then, unintentionally, sometimes intentionally, and sometimes so dry you're not sure.
Yep. I dated a guy named Rock for about 2 or 3 weeks. I wanted it to last longer. He didn't.
Yeah, alas. I've got to go. I got to go see a man about a horse. So I'll be back in a few minutes.
All right.
Just put my mic on mute.
There we go. All right. Let's take a look in with the kits and cubs and see what it is that they are saying. Kit Saucy talking about Amherst, so that's about Rocky Johnson, of course. There we go. Oh no. Oh, okay. Yeah, nope. Still lots of talk about Rocky Johnson here in the chat. There we go. All right, kits and cubs. Let's see what else do we have for you today. I was just there's a TV in the back here showing some news, and they were actually talking about for a little bit. Cirque du Soleil is going to be building the largest freestanding arena in Toronto. So I'm guessing they're setting themselves up to have a permanent installation there, where they'll have shows year round. From what I can gather. So that's a pretty interesting project. I'm surprised that I didn't hear about it before today, because usually Cirque du Soleil will, they have an incredibly good marketing department. And I thought if that was in the plans, we would have heard a bit more about that along the planning stages. So that's why I didn't get to many more details, because of course we don't have the sound here, and I was just looking at some things on the ticker. But that would be. So I don't know if that is the early plan, or if they're actually at the phase where they might be building it, or like I said, if they just announced it. But that should be cool. I don't know if any of you have had a chance to go see a Cirque du Soleil performance, but it really is spectacular. I've had the good fortune to see about three or four of them. I haven't seen one in a good long while. I did want to I saw something. Yeah, and when we were in Las Vegas, God, this must be at least 10 or 11 years ago now. It was around the time I first started dating my beaver sweetie, so maybe even close to 12 years. That was maybe the last time I saw Cirque du Soleil. I got to see the, oh, God, I can't remember which one it is. I think Zumanity, I think it is the show. But the show that was a little more burlesque-like from Cirque du Soleil. And I have to say that one was very, very, very good. And I believe that when you can only see in Las Vegas, it doesn't actually travel. So that was fantastic. And the first one I ever got to see, I think I was in my early 20s, and I was living in early Montreal right around the time I was going to dance school, and it was Alegria. And that was everywhere because I'm not sure about in English Canada, but Alegria, the song, the main song from it, actually became a radio hit in Quebec as well. So that particular show was the one, at least for me, where Cirque du Soleil came to my consciousness as being not only a thing, but a very, very big thing, even though they had shows before. And it wasn't until then that I actually realized that I had heard of Cirque du Soleil before. One of their very, very first shows had a song, I guess, well, song or music called, titled The March of the Penguins. And I mean, it's all instrumental, so there's and I'm not going to try and sing it with my voice, but it's one of those songs like "Oh Yeah" from Yellow, if you know it, right? You've and it might be a song that you don't know the title of, or and all that type of stuff, but you hear the music and you go, "Oh yeah, I've heard that music before," definitely, because it was used everywhere on a lot of things. But that was the I didn't know I didn't know that was from a Cirque du Soleil production at the time. So, but yeah, Alegria was the show that had first come to my attention. I've had an opportunity to see a few more since then. But the one I really did want to see when I was in Las Vegas, I mean, I did want to see Humanity. I've always wanted to see it ever since I had heard about it. But I also wanted to see the one called O, which was I think it's all has to do with water, and a lot of it's in water, and they got a lot of synchronized swimmers, and I think it was a Sylvie Frechette that they had brought down,
Yeah.
to kickstart it, and I didn't get to see that one. That one was sold out solid every night I was there. It was just impossible to get into. Zumanity is a little older. It was one of their very, very first ones.
I've seen Zumanity. I saw it at New York Hotel and Casino in Vegas a bunch of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was good.
Yeah. You were just talking about that because Cirque du Soleil just announced, you weren't to hear when I was mentioning it, that they are building the world's largest freestanding arena in Toronto.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so permanent installation, I would assume it would be. Because, I mean, when I see the one that's up in Montreal all the time, it's not rented out to other people.
I got it. There's a good one.
So what are you doing? Are you? I assuming you're not punching it in the.
Yeah, punching a fish.
You're punching a fish.
Well, we're both angry at one another.
Okay.
I want to eat the fish. The fish doesn't want to be eaten by me because I'm a big grizzly bear. That's how it goes. This earpiece is really, really beginning to be a pain in the butt with the fact that it's not working.
Mm.
There we go. It cuts in and out. I don't know what the problem is. It works and then it doesn't work, and it sort of works and then it stops working, and then I can barely hear myself because I don't hear much in the other ear, right? So, oh well. And then it just dies altogether. So
Oh no.
I got nothing. I can't hear anything. If I can, shit. I'll have to get a new pair. I'm not sure if it's a loose wire or what. Yeah. Oh well, maybe I'll just have to use another set of headphones. I have plenty. I have lots of them, so that's not a big deal. There we go. I just like these ones because they're low profile, and yeah, yeah. It's anyway. Yeah, it's not working right. There we go. All right. Well, have fun, Carol. Enjoy your weekend. Play some Uno with the grandbabies.
Oh, lovely.
And yeah, we're gonna just chill here for a little bit.
Thank you so much for joining us, Nona Carol.
Could you pass me those? The headphones.
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
Yeah. Because I can't work with these.
This wants to fall over.
Yes, Elaine, if your earpiece is a pain in the butt, you're wearing it too low. Yeah. Good one, Elaine. Good one. Just switch up to
There
these.
we go.
These are already plugged in and ready to roll. And I think I can hear with these. Yeah. Okay, just a second. I got it.
Say, Sophia, so if the earpiece is... What was that? What was the saying?
If your earpiece is a pain in the butt, you're wearing it too low.
Ah, okay. Indeed. And if your mic is too low, you're probably talking out of your ass.
Something like that, yeah. Yeah, I'll have to order a new pair. I don't know. It's just the right ear, and it's the one I need the most, right? I don't know if there's a loose connection in there or what, but they just keep cutting out, and it's really a pain in the butt. It's a pain in my to my technology-laden brain. How about that? How's that sound?
There you go.
I'll just switch it into my other feed there. There we go. That should be good. So how's that? Is it loud? Are we loud enough? Because these headphones aren't quite as robust as those little earpieces are. They are considerably louder than these.
Welcome, Kit Tim. Thank you for joining in. You're not late. You've arrived precisely at the right time.
There you go. There you go. All right.
Because see, I saw you come in.
So I was just talking to my buddy a moment ago, and he was telling me about lady I'm going to try and get on the show, who is basically a refugee from the U.S.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
She just bought a home here in the Ottawa area, and we're going to get her on the show. Try and get her on the show so she can give us the lowdown on what is going on south of the 49th parallel. She is, like I said, basically a refugee now, which is wild. She's a mathematician, so very, very intelligent, articulate, and informed woman. But she can give us insight that, unique on-the-ground insight that lived experience is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I mean, there's other folks on the show from the U.S. who can give us that lived experience too, and certainly we'd like to. But it's always interesting to get that lived experience from somebody who has completely relocated.
Yep. Indeed.
She's moved to Canada and taken a job here, bought a house here. It's like, that's a commitment.
Yeah, it should definitely be very interesting.
Yeah, I'd love to hear what she has to say.
Yeah, absolutely. It's my turn to go see Man About a Horse. If you will pardon me.
Yeah, you
try
can.
to exit gracefully.
All righty, I'll mute your mic here, and I'll just talk to people for a folk. Well, these technically those Frank, those aren't earbuds. They're in-ear monitors, the same type that musicians use. So they're very, very good. They're low profile. The sound quality is excellent. One of them just keeps cutting out on me, and that's a pain in the butt. I can't help it. It's an old saying. It's a pain. Let's put it that way. When your earpiece keeps cutting out in your good ear. I have some hearing in this ear, but it's not. It's maybe 40%. So yeah, it's difficult for me to hear what Douglas is trying to say and monitor the own pitch and timbre of my own voice, because if you can't hear yourself, it's hard to modulate correctly. So I will have to order a new pair. Just more money that needs to be spent that I don't want to spend. But it is what we have to do to make this work, and we need to make this work because it's fun. And those are a separate pair than the one I have in the studio. Like everything we have here, with the exception of the computer and the keyboard, everything that we have here is always packed up and ready to go. So it's like literally this is all goes in cases, and it's all packed up and put away, so that when I have to prepare to do the show, all I have to do is just pull my computer off the desktop. And literally it's on the top of the desk. So I just shut the Mac down, bring it over here with a keyboard, and I'm good to go. And that's it. Everything else is already packed up and ready to roll. So you can understand why it takes so long to set up and tear down, because it's a lot of gear. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different lights, 3 different cameras, 4 different mics, a podcast unit and a separate sound unit, separate mixing board, so that if we have additional guests come in, I can run additional mics along with having anybody who joined remotely, because this unit is 4 mics, but the 4th one does double duty as mic or USB connection through the computer, so that if somebody joined, remotely, we could click them in. So that's why I bring a separate mixer to add a total of 4 mics. Anyway, long drawn out explanation there that I guess you really didn't need. Sorry, just adjusting a couple of things here. There we go. Just fix this, fix that, adjust a thing, make it work. There we go. Yeah. 4 mics. Awesome sauce. 5 mics if I use this handheld one. Let's see if I turn that on. Turn that on. I want to make sure it's working. And check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Oh. Helps if you take the mute off. There we go. Yeah. So 2 different mics. You're getting me in stereo. You can hear the difference between this one, the broadcast mic, and this one, the handheld stage mic. They're both really good mics. I like this one too. So anyway, I just thought I'd play with that for a little bit to show you some of the technology we can utilize when we're on the road. Whoops. And come on, Paul, shut it off. Where's the off button? There we go. Yeah. Turn this off. There we go. Oh, message is coming in on the phone. Not even sure who or what or why, but hey, here we are once again. That was my jacket. There we go. That's a little bit better. All right. Yeah. So how's everybody doing? You hanging out, having a good time on a Saturday afternoon with us? It's a mellow Saturday afternoon. Now I'm too hot. I was too cold before, and now I'm beginning to sweat because I closed the door that was letting that breeze in that was making it a little bit chilly back here. So I'm going to remove my... that's better. That's a little bit better. Probably order another pint. 3 pints on an afternoon is not too bad now, is it? I think that's almost a 6-pack, to be honest with you. If you do the math, these are 500 mil, so half a liter. So not quite a 6-pack, but close. I know. Day drinking on a Saturday afternoon. Black Jacket ASMR. Rating mics and other equipment. Actually, something I had thought about that, Ree. I'll put this on the screen for those of you who might be curious as to what I'm talking about. It says, have you thought about doing some podcast rating mics and other equipment? You can get sponsorships and viewers that way. Your voice is perfect and you have the perfect amount of OCD to rate things. Well, thank you, actually, for that. Both those compliments. I do see my OCD as a good thing when it comes to what I do, because I pay attention to it, and as a result, you tend to overanalyze things. It's something I did think about for a while. One of my other channels, because I've got the ASMR channel, which will remain exactly as it is, and I am going to be launching a new channel. Hopefully, I was planning for June. It's probably going to be July before I get a chance to actually do that. And there he goes. He's sneaking right up and in. But I thought about it, but there's a lot of people that do it right now. And somebody who is actually part of Crier and lives here in Ottawa, Aiden, he has a show, Dark Corner Studios, and he reviews equipment all the time. And he's a techie like me. He worked in radio for a while too. He knows exactly what he's doing. And I don't, it's something, like I said, I thought about it for a bit, but I don't know if my passion lies there, if that makes sense. But yeah, I could, if maybe I could do a like, not a series, but the occasional episode where I just do a gear review. I suppose I could do something like that. Why not? I'm going to be doing restaurant bar review, and I'm going to have to find I need a. So when I start to do the travel show, and that's what I want it to be, kind of like Anthony Bourdain's type of thing, where I go around and I sample the local fare, food, drink, check out the things in the city, and I'll start with Ottawa first, obviously, because I live here. But I need somebody who can come with me and who's able to eat everything on the menu to sample the stuff, because I clearly can't, and you clearly can't. So I'll take care of the drinks, and I need somebody who's who has an iron stomach, who can take the suicide wings or the oh, sorry, I had you muted there, my apologies. But yeah, somebody who has you can eat a bucket of suicide wings and then have, I don't know, some pork rinds or something on top of that, and just go, yeah, that was pretty good, that was a good meal. I'm like, I can't do that. I have too many food allergies, and half the shit in the restaurant will kill you. So yeah.
I'm going to review the fish and chips. Flaky, great fish.
Yeah, exactly. So
that's the end of my review.
I need somebody who's got an iron stomach, but not only an iron stomach, but you also have to have somebody who's willing to appear on camera, and that's not a lot of people want to do that.
Yeah.
And I've talked to so many people. I want to do a podcast. I'm like, okay, I'll help you out. I get them set up, and they go, you mean I have to appear on camera? I'm like, well, you can do an audio only, but if you actually want to grow your audience, you need YouTube. It's where it's at. It's people want to see who you are and get to know who you are as a human being. They want to be able to connect with you. That's how it works. If I don't, oh yeah, the Manx is still open, Tim. Yeah, it's right across the street from here too. 1 second. But that's, people want to be able to connect to you as a real person. They want to know who you are. So yeah, you need to be able to appear on camera, and you can be a version of yourself if you're shy, but you need to be who you really are. Like you can embellish or do whatever, but you still have to be yourself. Yeah. And that's important, because people connect with authenticity, or at least that's what I've learned and I've been told, and I've had people say to me, it's the authenticity is what makes it worthwhile. So yeah,
you got to bring all of yourself. Like I said, just hope that people will like whatever your weirdness is.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I keep on saying, I never thought there was a market for what it is that we do. Never thought that. But I just always assumed that I would be a little much. So, well, I know. I'm a little much, but not too much of the time. Let's put it that way.
There you go. Yeah. Well, and here's the thing. For what I want to do, I'm going to do it basically with a couple of these, right? And I have this production suite we have. No, those shows will be recorded. This is a live stream,
right?
So I'll be able to come in with a camera rig, light, mics. That's it. Very minimal. Same thing when I did the interviews at the Canadian Alliance to End Homelessness.
Right.
I had a backpack with my phone, a tripod, 2 mics. That was it. Mm-hmm. And I didn't need lights because it was daytime. Mm-hmm. But in a lot of places like here, if I turn off the lights, we get really dark really fast. So I'll just give you for instance, I'll shut one light off.
It was a dark.
It's just one light. Yeah, so you can understand. It's quite dark in here without all this lighting. It's Anyway, yes, I'm babbling right now. I do that sometimes.
But it was about good stuff.
I guess so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got to scour and see who would be willing to you got to put yourself out there. So it's like somebody who's willing to put themselves out there, but also you can't have any food allergies. Yeah. You got to be able to eat anything.
Yeah.
And I do know a few people like that, but they would not want to do anything on camera. They would eat it and then tell you about it, and you'd have to review it. And I'm like, well, that won't come across as authentic because I won't be eating the food.
True.
Right? So, yeah. But yeah, I suppose
I guess you could always say, my assistants or my helpers or whatever, also sample this. This is what they had to say.
I guess so.
I mean,
Yeah.
you could get around if people don't want to be on. You still have the data, you
Mhm.
still have the information. But yeah, it's always probably a little better to have someone who actually tasted it that you can talk to and interact with.
Exactly. Then you get more of an authentic experience that way. And that's what I'm trying to bring to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I have a friend who actually is he's taken the Prud'homme, the beer. It's like a sommelier for beer.
Okay, yes.
He's got the highest qualification level there is. And he would actually, I'm pretty sure he would come on camera. I should talk to him because he also can eat anything. I'll have another pint, please, and thank you. Thanks. So yeah, I'm going to have to reach out to him and see if he'd be willing to do a couple of things with me because he definitely, he's got the personality. He's got a great voice. He's charming as all get out. Everybody in Ottawa knows him. Everybody in the industry knows him. I'm not going to say his name because I need to talk to him first, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he would be ideal because he doesn't have any food allergies. He can eat anything. So I'll be like, hey, dude, you want to do this thing with me? Tell me what you think. We can go up and down Elgin Street, sample everywhere, and then go to Kingston, go to Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
I want to start small and build from there.
Right.
And I think, I'll reach out to him and see.
And there are lots of little small towns and stuff around
along the way.
Just take a little day trip or explore a few along the way.
Well, like the one that comes to mind right off the top of my head, and it's south of Ottawa, the Red Dot Cafe.
Mm-hmm.
It's a legendary place in the Ottawa Valley. People know it. It's a good truck stop, good food. What am I getting? Snowfall warning. It's for Banff. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's not for here. Snowfall warning ended in Banff. So we're good. We're good. Nothing to worry about.
All right. You said snowfall warning and everything inside just went.
No. It's in Banff. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. No worries. No worries. I'm going to have to check on the Lola there in a second here. I just wanted to see if we're still stuck at that number here. The advertising campaign ended on Thursday evening. So,
okay.
Yeah, that's why. So we're kind of stalled right now. Let's just check on the Lola.
30,997. 97. Three more.
Three more to crack the 18. Yeah, 3 more people to crack 18, which is,
we started at 13,000 something.
Yeah.
I think during this push.
Yeah, so it's added up a fair bit. She's sound asleep on the couch. Yeah, you can see her there. I'll just show everybody. Sound asleep on the couch.
There you go.
Listening to jazz, waiting for Daddy to get home.
Kit Uncover. I sent you some pictures for Douglas.
Okay, I'll just check.
Okay.
I'll just check the old DMs here on the old Twitter machine.
They have some people that are out there talking about the sound of their own voice weirds them out.
And that's common. A lot of people, the first time you hear your own voice on a recording or live, something like this is, I like that one.
Okay, he's fishing for salmon. I'm fishing for logs.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And at least if they were Christmas logs, I could eat them.
I like this one. This is that's a badass one. That one.
Wow, that's a badass one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an angry salmon and an angry grizzly bear. That's a good one.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Grizzly in Jaws 7.
Jaws 19. +1. Oh, damn. That's not very warm.
Wow. Where's that?
Yeah, we're playing with 3D. I don't know where that is, where you're situated, but what part of the country you're in. But +1, that's a little bit chill. It's only 9 here, so it's not like it's not like it's shorts and t-shirts weather or anytime soon for that matter. I think it's 2 more weeks before the weather actually gets into seasonal norms.
Right.
15 would be close to seasonal, I think. 15 to 18 is seasonal for this time of the year.
Yeah.
And right
we
now,
haven't hit that very much this year so far.
I think we've had 2 days.
Yeah.
Like literally.
And one of them was rainy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just, we're not there yet, folks.
We're getting an actual spring.
Well, yeah. The last number of years we've had like winter, false spring,
yes,
full spring, right? Third winter, and then summer.
Yeah.
Thank you. Like literally, it's gone from third winter to summer. It'll be like 30 degrees in 2 weeks or something.
All right.
Looking good and sounding good. Oh, thanks. Thank you very much. Is it Del Sol Verde?
Del Sol Verde.
Verde? Did I say that correctly? I like to get things correctly. I like to get things correctly. Wow, that's terrible grammar.
Trying to figure out if
I
that
like
would
to
be the
say
title of a
say things correctly. That's it. Is that your porn name? I like to get things correctly.
I like to get things correctly. Title of your dick sex? I have to think about that. That could be biography or sex tape.
There you go. Oh, Manitoulin Island. Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Okay.
Wow. Yeah.
It's 2 degrees and it makes me sad. I need to get the garden cleared up. Yeah, we're trying to do that too. My beaver sweetie, we were about to plant, I believe, some onion bulbs, and his favorite flower are freesias.
I don't know what that is.
They're beautiful.
Take your word for it.
And we were at Costco the other day, and they had some bulbs, and we were just walking by them, and then I stopped, and he says, "What are you looking for?" I went to see if they have freesias. That would be great because you love them, and I couldn't find them. And then he went to this whole other rack and says, "Oh, here's a bag of them right here." It's like, yeah. So, but we were going to plant them, but they're after first frost, and well, we've had a couple of other frosts.
Yeah,
since.
What was it? A couple of weeks ago when we had a rainfall warning, because the ground was still frozen. They said, so we're going to get flooding because so much rain was coming down and it wasn't being absorbed into the ground. So yeah, there's mud everywhere. So every time I take Lola out, I'm like, no yucky. She's a white dog. Everything shows. And I have to bathe her each time, and she doesn't bathe, so I have to wipe her down because she won't get in the tub. So, you need more red wine or gummies. Well, I don't know, Laurie Sue. What's your poison? What's your favorite poison? You tell me. Which is
see, these are freesias right here.
Oh, okay.
See,
I think I've seen those before.
Yeah. See, and I only showed to Mr. Grizzly in picture form because the rest won't do.
Yeah,
put a full bouquet of real ones in his face. Here, try these. That would not go over very well.
Well, I told you that a couple of years ago I was sitting in because I always chaired meetings, right?
Yeah.
Because I was the tech guy, and we had this outside individual who was, I forget, but if it was a mental health thing we were doing, I can't remember exactly what it was, but she showed this picture of this giant garden of all these beautiful flowers. She says, "What do you see when you think that?" And the funny thing was, my first thought was, run. I'm going to load up on Benadryl because I'm going to be sneezing my eyes out, and it's not going to be pleasant. Funny thing was, about 6 other people wrote that into the chat. And I was like, oh, so I'm not the only one thinking that then. Like, no. If you have allergies, that is the last thing you want to see. Yeah. And the poor woman was like, yeah, normally I get a response of, oh, it's so peaceful, it's so relaxing. She goes, maybe I should rethink this photo and come up with something else. I go, yeah, because it's not peaceful and relaxing to those of us who have severe environmental allergies. Yep. It literally, it's.
You hear the violins from Psycho again.
Yeah, it does not put you in a relaxed state of mind. It actually makes your anxiety start to slowly creep up, right? So, oh yeah, see that up there on the screen? Hockey night in Canada in Inuktitut.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I met this couple yesterday from Iqaluit. They were here for a few days visiting, and I was out walking Lola, and of course Lola wants to meet everybody, so they're like, oh hey, yeah. So I brought her over and introduced, and they said, yeah, we're from up north. I said, oh, where? He goes, Iqaluit. I'm like, oh. Cool. I might be in Yellowknife this summer. He's like, oh, awesome. He says, when? I said, July. He goes, oh, that's a good time to go. You get the 24 hours of daylight. A lot of mosquitoes, though. I'm like, yeah, I've been told the mosquitoes can be quite bad.
Right. Yes. Kit Saucy had just given me some advice there, but it bumped up on the screen about the freesias. I'd have to wait. It said, I think the first full moon in June or something. They said so.
Let's see if I can find that for you. See, this is the thing with this, the 2-fingered scrolling on a touchpad. It doesn't work very well, and I don't think that this doesn't. I can't do it. Yeah, the keyboard shortcuts don't work either. It's restream.
Strawberries and lettuce need more shade, but depends on how dark. Okay, I'll have to go and find it in my chat there, but I saw a little bit of gardening advice there. So thank you so much, Kitsasi, for that. Because we do want them to turn out right. So last year was our first attempt. We planted some stuff to just basically see if certain things would take. The garden last year, the cherry tomatoes did very well. Regular tomatoes did not. The peppers didn't do anything at all. The cucumbers were good. The jalapenos did okay, but they weren't particularly plentiful. The green onions were super happy.
I like green onions. Chives, the chive.
Actual green onions, but we do have chives as well.
Oh, okay.
The green onions were super happy. Chives have always been happy. Like we've had those for many years, even at the old place, because we had a little planter box. We put the chives in there. So the chives have always been happy. The herbs last year were really, 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 really happy. The basil did well. The oregano did too well. The thyme did too well. It was like we had like a little thing, and it was like this huge bush by the end of the summer. It's like there's no way we'd eat that much, even if we wanted to.
Is the Chive still a website, by the way?
I don't know.
I say the Chive. It used to be a really popular website. And then I started thinking, because the way my mind goes, remember Cindy Margolis?
Okay, yes.
She, at the time, was the most downloaded woman on the internet.
Right.
What happened to her? Tila Tequila, remember her?
Yes.
She was the one who basically had the largest following on MySpace. Remember MySpace? That feels like 100 years ago. It was in the 21st century. It feels like 100 years ago, but it's not. It's like 25 years ago. Crazy when you think about it.
Yeah. Jeez. But I remember that name, Tila. She was everywhere for a while.
Tila Nguyen, and Tila was not even a real name. And then she became Tila Tequila. And I think she had some severe mental health problems.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, possibly schizophrenic. I'm not sure. But she kind of just dropped off the face of the earth.
Okay.
I don't know what happened to her.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, a shot at love with Tila Tequila.
Yes,
that whole thing was scripted, by the way.
Yeah.
Nobody knew. She did. And then when it was over, she went back to her boyfriend.
Ah.
MTV, you should be ashamed of yourselves.
Oh, man.
And MySpace is still a thing. I do know that. I checked it out the other day. It's not as big as it once was, and it's mostly corporatized, and it's for musical artists more than anything else these days. But it's not like it once was. But it was a great way to discover music because you'd click on somebody's page and they would have music playing as soon as you got there, which was kind of cool.
Okay.
That's how I discovered Fall Out Boy.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, and then of course they hit it really big with
Dance.
No. That was a big hit.
But that was the first one?
No, that was not their first one. No, that was their second hit.
Okay.
That was a big hit for them.
Yeah.
But the first one was Sugar We're Going Down.
Oh, don't know that one at all.
Down in an alley around. Sugar, we're going down to it.
No.
Number one with a bullet. A loaded God complex. Cock it and pull it. You don't remember that?
No, not at all.
That was their first hit. That was the one that got them recognized.
Oh, I guess I missed it completely. I
Dance.
came in at Dance.
Yeah, that was a big hit, but it was not their first.
Yeah, that was everywhere.
Yeah, that was not their first. And I thought it was the weakest song. I thought Sugar We're Going Down was the best song.
All right, kids and cubs. We are topped up.
Oh, you gotta.
Yes, I got a Caesar this time.
Sure.
And two Brute. Drink on.
They make a damn good Caesar here. I'll tell you that. Yeah.
So
and you got the small one.
Yes, because I think the last time I ordered the big one, and
you were loopy
after having the beer, and that was.
Well, the big one is a full-size mason jar.
Yes, it was. It was almost not pretty.
I think it's 4 ounces of vodka that it's in.
Well, yeah, I thought it was just like 1 ounce with like a whole bunch of stuff. It says, "Do you know you just had 4 ounces?" It's like that's more alcohol than I drink in a month.
Yeah.
In one glass, somebody had needed to tell me before.
Yeah, that's why you get the regular one.
That's why I got loopy.
Yeah, you were getting a little slurry, which is out of the ordinary for you. And I'm like, well, you had a 4 ounce drink there. What do you mean? There's 4 ounces of vodka in that.
I did not know that. I would not have ordered that had I known.
Get the regular Caesar. I'm going to take my toque off because I'm quite warm now. You can see I'm a little pink in the face, a little flushed. Yeah, well, that's what. I'm hot. Damn. Here, let's cool this off. I'm not pouring it over my head, folks. I'm just going to.
And a little bit of and a little bit of it's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes.
No, we can't do that. It's not that kind of place.
Well, also,
it's not that kind of place.
Also, nobody but maybe for Sweetie wants to see that. So,
well, I'm a little bit more liberal when it comes to that. There we go. Yeah. Downtown Calgary.
Woohoo!
And I was there with my buddy, and I had shorts on over my Speedo, and then I jumped in the boat, and I go, I'm peeling off to my Speedo. He goes, oh, please don't. And I go, yeah, I'm doing it, buddy. I just peeled off the Speedo, and he's like, okay, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Nice and cool and breezy.
Well, the Bow River in July is not warm.
No.
It's glacial water. It's from the mountains. The water's cold. And it got to the point where we pulled over, pulled off to the side, and I go to get out of the boat, and I'm like, oh shit, my legs. It wasn't a boat. It was like a 2-seat inflatable seats.
Mm-hmm.
And the bottom is just a screen. So you're wet. The water comes up, and there's a cooler in the middle, and your feet just hang over the edge. And we had paddles so we could control ourselves. So it's basically just floating in seats. So when I go to get out of the water, because you're sitting in water,
mm-hmm.
when I go to get up, I'm like, oh, my legs aren't working very well. And he's like, neither are mine, because you're so cold, but you get used to it. It's
right.
Also, it was 32 degrees outside, so the water was very refreshing,
mm-hmm.
to say the least.
Euphemisms.
Yeah. You ever seen a turtle? Anyway. I thought I was circumcised. What happened there?
Only the chocolate ones. Only the chocolate ones.
I love turtles.
Exactly.
Turtles. Yeah. Uber Eats is sending me email.
Uber. My Beaver Sweeties.
I think I've used them twice in my life.
My Beaver Sweeties in a war with Uber Eats.
Oh, really? Why? Do they owe money or something?
No, neither of us are subscribed to it.
Oh.
And for some reason, somebody with his debit card number, ordered a whole bunch of stuff on Uber Eats, and we had to close our bank account. He doesn't have another one open, and we closed. I think 2 days before the Canada Green or Loan Home programs were to take out the monthly payment. It was like, where'd you guys go? Because there's a 10-year loan and you've only paid like 3 months of it. We'd like to find you.
Yeah.
Because your bank account's gone. It's like, no, we're still here. We just, but then Alex was just like trying to find out. It's like, how do you go if you don't have somebody's bank card or credit card? How do you go and order something because you need the CVV number? Right?
Yeah, you shouldn't be able to order without it.
And apparently, whoever did this was able to
spoof it.
I don't know exactly how.
Oh, you remember last fall when I had $750 in charges against me that for some thing in Croatia that I'd never ever heard of before? I got 350 of it back recently. So there's still another $400 that I'm hoping to get refunded. But it just literally just showed up in my account, and it was like 4 transactions. Credit. I'm like, okay, this is good. Can I get the rest, please?
Yeah.
I was happy to get that, but I would like the rest. It's another $400.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
we had that too.
That was in September. It's April.
Wow, that took some time because Alex has gotten his money back, and I think it was only 2 months.
Yeah, well, I guess they did an investigation, and they're like, yeah, you definitely didn't go there. I'm like, no, I'd never even heard of this thing before. You guys were the one it was my bank who literally they called me, and if I don't recognize the number, I just let it go to voicemail.
Right.
Or I do the call screener on the Google
Same
phone.
here.
And actually, police will tell you, look, if you don't recognize the number, don't answer it. It might be a scam. So if it's important, they'll leave a message. So they left a message, and I checked the message, and I'm like, oh, shit. So I called them right away. They go, yeah. I go, so what can we do about this? I go, because I don't know what this – anyway. They said, yeah, we'll do an investigation. We'll cancel your card right away. We'll send you a new one. You're good to go. I'm like, all right, great. I'll cancel my card. Wait a minute, I need money. They go, no, you can electronically transfer funds anywhere you need to. I'm like, okay, good. So, but it was a bit of a pain, and it's still out $400. So I'll get it back eventually, I guess, but I don't know when.
Yeah, we were clearly out of the money that had been taken. Because it wasn't his credit card, was his debit card, right? So the money was just gone from his account.
Yeah.
As opposed to
Well, that's what
just
mine
billed.
was. Mine was a Visa debit card, right?
Yeah, and
So it was gone.
and then with the Canada Greener Homes loans, we had to get them a letter from the bank itself saying that there had been fraud to prove it. So because we had I guess NSF. I don't know if it's NSF because the account was closed.
Yeah, and it's still $45. It doesn't change till next January, right? When it's 10.
Yeah.
So banks are gonna go nuts trying to NSF anything they can right now to get that little extra money until it's January 2026 is when the banks can only NSF fee of $10, and they have to explain in detail what happened. I'm like, that's long overdue.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
long overdue.
So, but all of it is resolved. The NSF fee was reversed, and we have a new account, and all the money has been placed back into the account.
Oh, that's
which
good.
is very nice. And so it was. I'm not sure if this was the first time it happened to him, but he was like sitting there and going, "But what if I don't get the money back?" I said, "Trust the process. Odds are you will, because it'll just take time."
It just takes time, and you need to hope that you're not broke when it happens.
Yes,
because then it's like, oh shit.
Because they're still fronting them the money until it's resolved.
Yeah. Well,
right.
Well, anyway, so I'm still waiting for $400, which $400, I would like that money. I would like that money.
Yep. That is understandable. It's not a negligible amount of change.
Not to somebody like me. I'd say to most people it's not, but if there are people who have enough money that they wouldn't even notice it.
Right.
I do.
Yep.
And I actually had a few bucks at the time, and I still noticed it. I'm like, $750. I could use that. There's things I can purchase with that, like food. Reminds me, I got to pay my hydro bill. I'm overdue. I just neglected to do it. It wasn't a case of I can't afford it. It was I literally forgot to do it.
Actually, you just reminded me. I think I have house insurance this week. It's a second installment. Yes.
Bills. Everybody got the bills.
Can you pay my bills?
No.
Can you pay my telephone bills?
No.
Can you pay my automobile bills?
No.
Maybe we can chill.
No.
Okay. You played that well.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
You committed. I like that. That's good.
If you're gonna go all in. Go all in. I don't believe in doing anything half-assed. Always whole-assed. Don't half-ass two things. Always whole-ass one thing.
Oh yes, full acid all the time.
Yeah, I forget where I read that, but I laughed. Don't half-ass two things. Always whole-ass one thing. What? That doesn't even make sense. It's funny though, so I'll go with it. I think it was Ron Swanson who said that.
Okay, Parks and Recreation.
Yeah. What is this? This isn't a steak. Why would you call it that on the menu? Well, I'm sorry, sir. That's what it is. Bring me all of the bacon and eggs you have. Yes, sir. No, please come back here for a minute. When I said, bring me all the bacon and eggs you have, I'm afraid what you may have heard was bring me a lot of bacon and eggs. Bring me all of the bacon and eggs you have. Do we understand one another? And the guy's like, it's the funniest line from that show. The character of Ron Swanson was brilliant because Nick Offerman, other than the woodworking and the chef aspect, he's nothing like that guy. Right. So it must have been fun.
Megan Mullally.
Yeah.
That must be one hell of a fun marriage.
Well, she was on the show for a little while as his ex-wife.
Right. I know. She's great.
Well, I
love her.
She's a hoot, but her career was made with Will and Grace.
But apparently, she was a very famous Broadway actress.
Yes.
Before.
Oh, yeah. But if you ask me, she was the show. The only reason I watched Will and Grace was for her and Jack. Mm-hmm. And don't get me wrong, I liked Will and Grace, the characters, but they didn't make me laugh as much as the two side characters did.
Exactly. But I don't think you could have had a full Jack and Karen show.
Oh, no.
It would have been just way too much.
It would have been too much, yeah.
Yeah.
But, she's just a riot. Oh, honey. Oh, honey.
Oh, honey. What? We talked about that dress. What's going on here?
She was always drunk.
My favorite one was she had this thing of martini like this, and then she goes in the bag and she gets a quick quaalude. The thing about a drinking problem is you have to realize that you.
And she was always talking to the same bartender who was like 90 years old, and she called him Sully. Smitty, that's what it was. That wasn't even his name.
Smitty, you're such a hoot.
And he's like, no, ma'am, I really, no, it really is last call. Oh, that's hilarious, Smitty. That was funny. That was good. It was good.
Everybody needs a friend like that.
I think so.
One friend. Like, not two, though. That's a little much.
Well, you ever notice the character of Jack? He never wore a T-shirt on the show.
Mm-hmm.
He always wore a baggy long sleeve shirt.
Yes.
Do you know why?
No.
Because he's jacked. He's
Okay.
ripped. He's huge.
Okay.
And that would go against the character that he was playing.
The sort of twink thing.
Yeah. Because he like, I mean, I know you've met a lot of like jacked gay dudes, right? That you know, they spend more time in the gym than anybody.
Yep.
But his character was not that.
Right.
Like it wouldn't work. So
Right.
that's, you know, he was kind of an effete, over the top individual.
Yep.
So to have him a big rip dude, no, that's not working.
Yeah.
It's not working.
I didn't know.
Yeah, I saw him on Letterman once,
Okay.
and he came out in a T-shirt, and I'm like, that guy has guns. Like, he's huge. So yeah,
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
and he has a
Makes sense.
podcast with it's him,
Justin Bateman and
Jason Bateman.
Jason Bateman and Will Arnett.
Thank you. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
pretty. It's pretty funny too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it how they instantly have like 100,000 followers, and within a week they've got like 4 million.
Yeah.
Helps to have a little bit of celebrity on your
It
side.
does.
You're not building from the grassroots like we are.
Celebrities, you already have an audience.
Yeah,
Leave
come
some for the rest of us.
I'm just trying to earn a living, man.
You're like bisexuals. You're just greedy. You take them all. Leave some for the rest of us.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, you didn't know that one?
Yeah, I have heard that one. I haven't heard it in a while, but it's funny.
What do you call a man who sleeps with another man? Gay. Woman with another woman. Lesbian. What about somebody who sleeps with both? Greedy. Just greedy.
Yeah, I've heard that one. It's funny. It's funny. It's a good one. Write it down. It's a good one. Write it down. Write it down. It's a good
Oh, man.
one. I'm trying to think of a good joke to tell you that I haven't told you before. And problem is I remember certain ones, but I've told them before. So I need to come up with something new. And I'm just drawing a blank right now.
Mm.
I guess I'll tell you this one. It's a little off color, but it's funny. So this fella, he decides to go on a road trip, and he's driving along. He's in Scotland, and he's driving through the Scottish countryside, and he stops in this little town for a couple of days, and he's walking around and he's checking out the church and the bridge. It's like a hand-built wooden bridge, and then he stops in this pub and he's looking at the bar, and it's just beautiful. It's all this hand-carved wooden stuff. And he starts talking to the bartender. He says to the bartender, he goes, you know, I've been here for a couple of days, and I checked out the church, and it was just the steeple and the beautiful work inside and the stained glass windows. And he says, I was just blown away by it. And the fellow at the end of the bar goes, yes, the stained glass windows. Did it myself. Myself, I did. Oh, I'm kind of doing an Irish accent because my Scottish one is terrible. Did it myself. Yep. Stained glass. Rebuilt the altar. Rebuilt all of the pews, hand-carved wood. But do you think they call me Zane, the master church builder? Nay. Slaps the table, orders another drink. Sitting there going, that was weird. Okay. Then he starts talking to the bartender. He goes, yeah, and he says, I noticed that hand-built bridge. It's like stone and wood and cobblestones. It's really, you know, a work of art, but like traditional stone masonry and brilliant carpentry. And he goes, yep, yeah, did that myself. Quarried the stones, milled them, planed the wood, did it all. Did it myself. Do you think they call me Zane, the master bridge builder? Nay. Slaps the bar. Orders another drink. The fellow's thinking, well, this is a wee bit weird, but whatever. He just goes back to, talking to the bartender again. He says, and I got to tell you, he says, I've been in a lot of pubs around the world, but I've never seen one with such ornate woodwork behind the bar. It's just the shelving, the gargoyles carved out of the wood. Like, this is just incredible craftsmanship. Yes. Yeah, did that myself. Planed it, stained it, milled it, cut it, carved it. Did it myself. Do you think they call me Zane the Master Bar Builder? Nay. But fuck one goat. I'm sorry. I know, because you didn't see that coming, did you?
Neither did the goat. Oh, darn. I did it. I said a bad thing.
Yeah, my buddy
I
told
made
me
it
that
worse.
joke years ago. And when he did it, he went on for like 20 minutes. Oh, I milled the and he went, like, he got me, and I was like, well, okay, this is getting interesting. And then he drops that punchline, and I just about pissed myself. And I did it right in the middle of a sip of beer. Because I didn't see it coming. And that's the beauty of that joke, is the longer you tell the details
Right.
of everything, right? You get, okay, where's this going? And then they drop the hammer on you like that. It's like the moth joke from Norm Macdonald. Why'd you come in here? The light was on. You've heard that joke, haven't you? He told it on Conan O'Brien, and what had happened was he was on Conan, and Conan, his third guest, couldn't make it. They had to cancel. So he's like, during the commercial break, he says, Norm, third guest can't make it. I need you to keep rolling. Can you tell a joke or something? He goes, I got you. So he starts to tell this joke. On the way here, in the limo driver, he starts to tell me this joke, and he's telling the story. And he goes on for about 12 minutes. He goes, this moth, he went into podiatrist's office, and he's saying, yeah, doc, my life, it's just, and he goes on, and he goes into all these details. My boss, Mr. Slivovitz, I think he hates me. I don't even know if he knows I exist. And he just goes on, my son, and he says, so doc, what can I do? And the doc says, oh man, I'm a podiatrist. What you need is a psychiatrist. Like, why did you come in here? Well, the light was on. It was a moth, right? Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Prezzies.
Yeah. You got a membership gift. You have a loyalty level membership to
To my own show.
to our YouTube show. Yeah.
Yay! Thank you. They'll get to see what we do when we're not looking.
Lori Sue, you got one too. Awesome.
Yay! Who else
Wicked.
cuts up?
Who? Fred. I don't know. Fred. Hang on. Let's see. Whoa. Let's see this thing. And who was Uncover the News. Gifted 5 memberships. Thank you.
Okay, good.
Very
Mike
kind
T,
of you.
Yes.
Mike T.
Princess Jasmine.
I don't know if
That's a
this is-
news name for us.
Well, the thing is, when you gift it, it just randomly gets.
Okay.
And there's almost 18,000 members or subscribers now. So
Wow.
But yeah, thank
What
you.
out of
Uncover.
18,000?
Yeah. Do you feel special?
I do.
I'm special.
My mama told me.
That reminded me of a joke, but I'm not going to tell it. There's a good Newfoundlander joke, though. I'll tell you. I can share this one with you. So, Newfoundlander years ago was going to join the Air Force, and the recruiting officer says to him, he says, here in the Air Force we do things differently than we do in the Army. So we need to administer a very basic but simple aptitude test. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. You give me the answers, and we'll figure it out from there. He says, all right, very best. He says, yes, sir, go ahead there. He says, so if I were to cut off your right ear, what would happen to you? And he says, well, geez, I'd be blind in my right eye. He goes, what? I'd be blind in my right eye? Okay. Okay, so you have both ears now. Everything's okay. I'm going to cut off your left ear. Well, geez, I'd be blind in my left eye. And the recruiting officer is like, what? It's the strangest. He writes it down. He goes, okay, just writes it down. He says, so let's say I cut off both your ears. What would happen then? I'd be totally blind by. Wouldn't be able to see a thing. He goes, writes it down. He says, I got to know, man. If I cut off your right ear, you say you're blind in your right eye. I cut off your left ear, you're blind in your left eye. And if I cut off both ears, you're completely blind. I don't know. Shouldn't you have a hearing issue? Well, that'd be a thing too there, but I'll tell you what, you cut off the right ear, the hat's going to fall over my right eye. You cut off the left ear, it'll fall over my left eye. You cut them both off, the hat's just going to come right down. I won't be able to see a thing. It's an old joke. It's an old one.
I love it.
Fuck one goat.
Sorry for the segue, but I see that Princess Jasmine is actually with us today.
Oh, hey. How you doing?
Hello.
How's it going?
Yeah, new name for us. I haven't seen it before. So if you are new to us, or if you're just new to my eyeballs, because I haven't seen you, but you've been hiding behind the couch the whole time, welcome. Pull up a log. Make yourself comfy. Stay for a while.
Yeah, enjoy it. This is Saturday afternoon PubCast. We're telling jokes. We're talking about traveling stories, places we've been, drinks we've had, things we seldom remember that we probably should, but we did a long time ago and we're old. You know,
we regret that we're drinking to forget.
Yeah. I don't really have any of those, to be honest with you.
I'm trying to think. No, I don't actually either.
I like. There's things I did in my childhood that I regret because I was a dumb kid. You know, I like literally. Somebody I wronged when I was like 8 years old. I remember it like it happened yesterday.
Right.
And I still feel guilty about it.
Yeah.
And that'll never go away. And I can never make it right.
Right.
And I'm sure whoever, and it wasn't so, and yeah, I was going to say it wasn't so bad that they probably wouldn't, I don't know. Maybe it did affect the rest of their lives. The same way things that happened to me when I was that age have affected the rest of my life. So, you know, the regrets, I have a few, and most of them were from when I was very, very young and stupid and made silly mistakes. And when I got older, I made stupid mistakes too, but I was older and should have known better and did them anyway.
Those are stories, not mistakes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is this a good idea? Probably not. I think I'm going to try it anyway.
Yeah.
That's not a regret. That's a story.
It's like, I think I got one more run down the mountain. Yeah, I got one more run down the mountain.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
When you are skiing and you think you've got one more run, you don't. You don't. Don't do it. You will hurt yourself. I have. That was the last time I did it. That was 35 years ago. And never have. It's like, no, I haven't got any more left.
Yep.
No more gas left in the tank. I go now, I'm going to hurt myself because you just don't have the strength left in your legs to power you through.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah.
That happened to me the last time I went skiing. We were at Blue Mountain. I had done a couple of runs, and I was like tired at one point, and I stopped. And I stopped like for a good like half an hour. And says, "You want to go again?" And says, "Yeah, we did another run, and again run right, like easiest possible run."
Yeah, you're doing a green
at Blue Mountain, right?
Yeah, Blue Mountain.
I'm like literally just above Bunny Hill. I can do green
You're
on
Mooney's Bay Hill.
Yes, exactly. So I could do green on the small mountain like Blue Mountain, whatnot. I probably wouldn't be able to do green at Tremblant, for example.
Tremblant's greens aren't bad. The greens at Banff, Lake Louise in Banff, the greens are blues to blacks anywhere else in the world.
Yeah. So
it's yeah.
So and I like rested for a bit, and then we went to another one, and like we're about like 3/4 of the way down, and I felt my knee like, oh yeah, this carving is not happening, really, is it? Yeah. Because and then we get to the bottom. Want to go again? Yeah, I think I'm done.
Yeah, that's a wise decision.
I think.
Well, I did have one spill.
I did want to go again, but it was like, I don't know. That one was because I had never fallen yet on skis, right? I fall plenty. Let me put it this way: I fall plenty on skis, getting off the chairlift.
Oh,
I face plant almost every freaking time. Like this. But
never
once
happened.
I'm on the skis
You're okay.
and going downhill, unless I feel like I'm going too fast and throw myself on the ground in the snow like this, I've never actually fallen.
Well, ideally, then you just want to sit down. Like if you're like this is too fast and you can't snow plow or just sit down. It's,
okay.
Yeah, it's the safest way.
Okay, that's good to know.
I did have a spill in December when we were at Lake Louise, and it was odd. Both skis came flying off.
Whoa.
Rentals. That's why.
Okay.
I went to turn and they just went, and I blew right out of them. And my buddy's like, "You okay?" I go, "Yeah, I landed on my hip. It was sore for a while, but didn't stop me for the rest of the day. I said, yeah, rentals, they don't tighten them up enough. My skis, I got to like do something serious for them to come off. I hit a rut and I tried to ski out of it, and they just, I kept going forward and they went that way. Like both of them came off. And I'm like, that hasn't happened in over 30 years. I hadn't fallen in over 30 years. I hadn't had my skis come off in over 30 years. So I was kind of like, yeah, rentals. They're not going to tighten them up the same way I would, myself. So yeah. Anyway, I wasn't going to fly to Alberta with my skis. You know how much that costs? And you need a hard shell case for them, which I don't have.
Oh my.
And I ain't paying for, I'll just rent them. It's easier that way. Well, what do you say? What time are we now? We are 4:30. Is it 4:30?
That's what I see.
Yeah, it is. It's 4:30. Holy shit. Well, why don't we wrap things up?
All right.
Because I feel like wrapping up.
Okay.
You feel like wrapping up?
Yep.
Kind of like I'm kind of at the point where I'm getting tired and there's more people coming in and I got like an hour's worth of work to tear all this down. So and like Lola's going to want to go out soon. So yeah, I figure we'll wrap it up and wrap it up and put it on the shelf and then come back Monday morning, fresh and clean and polished up.
Zestfully clean.
Irish Spring, I like it too.
That's what she said.
Mm.
Hi. All right then, kids and cubs. That's the end of this episode of the monthly True North Eager Beaver PubCast, the April 2025 edition. Thank you so much for joining us because we love making this for you, particularly our podcasts. Gives us a time to let our hair down, so to speak.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Let my hair down. I let it down so far, there's none left.
Shake the ribbons from your hair.
Put it all on my
Shake them
shoulder.
loose and let them fall.
Is that Marty Robbins? Is that Marty Robbins?
Think so?
I think so too.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think so.
Old-timey country.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's really weird because, again, I'm French. I've heard that song first in French.
Mm.
The Aide-moi à passer la nuit doesn't mean the same thing at all.
No.
Aide-moi passer la nuit is like, well, it's helped me make it through the night. I guess the same way. But
that's a separate song too.
yeah. But I mean, it's the lyrics are like it's the same mood, but the lyrics are
Completely different.
It's not like prends les rubans de mes cheveux. Don't take there's no take the ribbons from my hair in the song. It was a lady called Nicole Martin, I think, who sang it in French that I knew. It was really weird.
That
French
has helped me make it through the night.
Yes, that is the name of the song. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Chris Christopherson wrote it. I think.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
But that's not the version I'm thinking of. Like, who else covered it?
Yeah.
Because I believe that who sang "Take the Ribbon from Your Hair"? Well, let's hang on. Willie Nelson has recorded it.
Okay.
Charlie Pride has recorded. A lot of people have recorded it, obviously.
Yeah. So yeah, it's when I was a kid, the concept of French country music was really weird. It just was. But yeah, there is a whole Quebec section, the country music. Nicole Martin, René Martel, Steph Cars, a whole bunch of them. But Laurent Jalbert a bit does it. Some of them are a little more modern than the ones. But Nicole Martin is one of those old sort of more crooner types that were famous back in the day. So, but I remember that, and then my mom sang it to me often as a lullaby as well. Howard.
Help me make it through the night. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, why was I thinking it was something different? I don't know. Well, what I have done earlier, I made the mistake of tapping the keg.
Okay.
Breaking the seal.
Okay.
I got to go. I'll be right back.
Oh, that keg.
Yeah, that keg.
Gotcha.
Tap the keg.
Gotcha.
Gotta pee.
Oh, I was just wondering what all those things that appeared on the screen, Mr. Grizzly. I'll go take a look at that because there's lots of stuff that just appeared on the screen. So let's go take a look at that. Unfortunately, I have to take off my glasses to be able to see My eyesight is such that I don't typically need glasses, but for distance, if again, white on black, particularly for reading because everything gets all fuzzy, but I don't need them for close whatsoever. So glasses for me are always like putting them on to see something and taking them off and putting them on and take them off, which is how I probably ended up losing the last pair because I had them up on my head because I didn't need them. And somebody had suggested that I get the progressive so that I can look back because there's almost nothing prescription for close, but I wouldn't have to take the glasses off all the time. But I'm always wondering about like if I'm playing tennis, you know, how do I make sure that I'm looking at the right spot? Because at tennis, you can't take your eye off the ball. And if the ball is traveling some way and my eye is going like from the, progressive distance to the progressive near, then I completely lose the ball. I would assume, I don't know. I can't tell. I've never had those. So if anybody has any experience with those types of glasses, let me know. Because I do have to go get a new pair and I don't know whether or not to have both of them put on the same lens or rather just keep the distance one, and just keep taking them off. But I am, my eyesight is now such that I really do need them more often for distance. I can't just squint and somehow get by. I actually do need them. So now I really am at the phase where I'm taking them off and putting them on, taking them off and putting them on. And that's it's a little annoying. So I would like to reduce that as much as possible. So I am considering maybe getting the other lens, but I just don't know if it's like I said, if you do action sports, whether or not it takes you out of it. So any of you who have any experience with that, I would definitely be grateful for any tips or any advice with regard to that. Okay, so if you would like to not miss an episode of our regular show in podcast form, because our PubCasts are YouTube exclusives, we don't put them out, but for our other shows, then you need to, well, first of all, give some thanks to the Ray Girl.
Our sponsor.
Sponsors our pod page, and that QR code that just appeared will bring you right there, podpage.com/the true north eager beaver, with a hyphen between each one of those words. And when you go there and click on subscribe, when we have something fresh off the bandwidth, it will come directly to you. You don't even have to go looking for it. So thank you very much for doing that. If you would like to help us in other ways, well, then you need to grab your surfboard and get yourself on down to the True North Eager Beaver Media Incorporated YouTube page on YouTube, where we have 17,997 subscribers. Maybe there are more. Maybe we've hit 18,000 so far during the show. We don't know. But if we haven't and you would like to be subscriber 18,000, well, hey, get down there and smash with our buttons. Like, share, and subscribe. We have 3 of them for you, so you can have a lot of fun. And when you do that, hey, it makes us happy and it helps us out with the algorithm. So thank you so much for that. Now, if you would like to help us in yet other ways, because we do incur some costs to bring this show to you, if you would like to, for example, say, hey, add a grizzly, and here's a Guinness Zero for you, and hey, Mr. Beaver, you've been doing a good job lately, so you might want another Caesar. Maybe not today, but you might want another Caesar at some point. Well, you can do that by buying us a drink with a contribution to the Emergency Hydration Fund here at the Beaver Lodge, where 5 days a week and once a month on a Saturday, we fight against the scourge that is dry beaver. We can't have that. So if you want to do your bit as a Canadian to keep your beaver moist,
I don't know what to say to that.
hey, then just drop a little coinage in our tip jar. Because like the loonies and toonies are particularly nice because they sometimes bounce a couple of times and make long jingling sounds, which are really happy to our ears. But so we're not going to recommend how much, but if you would like to make an enthusiastic expression of encouragement because you like our product and you would like us to do more, well, we would be most grateful to receive it, and we thank you for your support. If you are not able to contribute financially, please do not worry. We know times are tight, and of course, the gift of your attention and participation are the ones that matter the most to us. And we do love to hear from you, so please write to us. truenortheagerbeaver@gmail.com is the address. In addition, if you do want to send us a donation but want to make sure it's 100% Canadian because you're one of those buy Canadian kind of audience members, and we like you very much, well, hey, avoid the US CE Tech Bros and just make a direct transfer through your bank. Also using truenortheagerbeaver@gmail.com. That way we get 100% of your donation and it remains 100% Canadian. Win, win, win. It's a great thing. Now, if you are, like I said, not able to contribute financially and you are wanting to write to us, in addition to our email address, you can also reach us at the Blue Sky Beaver Lodge, at True Eager, at The Bad Place, on Jitter, also at True Eager, our Facebook page, which is our original home on the web, True North Eager Beaver, or if you happen to be listening on YouTube here with the Dan fam, hey, write down in the comments section there. Just let us know what you think, good, bad, or ugly. If ugly, please be gentle or constructive, because we are delicate and sensitive creatures. But everything that you do tell us does go back into the show and makes the show better, and we really do thank you. Also, Kids and Cubs, I know that you've requested it, but if you would like to have a question and answer show about the politics, if you have any political questions and you want our view and our take on it, please send us your questions. Or if you have any questions as well about the show itself, how we go about it, send them to us, because we would love to do a special. Some of you have requested it, but we do need a certain number of questions to be able to do that. Send them to us at truenortheagerbeaver@gmail.com. Just write Q&A in the subject line to make it easy for us to find. And once we have enough of them cobbled together, we will do a show like that for you. We would be more than happy to.
I'd like to, you know what I think would be fun that we could do during the weekly show is to do a call-in show. And I'm thinking what I'll do is I could, for something like that, I'd get a burner, right? Because I'm not going to list my personal phone number. Even though I can block anybody, I just, you can block anybody you want. It's just like, maybe not put that out in the world. Get a burner phone. I can connect it up to my console, and we could have a call-in show. I could give people a number they could call. It wouldn't be a 1-800 number, obviously, but is long distance still a thing? Like, and I mean that sincerely. Is it still a thing?
That's a good question.
Because I haven't had a long distance phone call in 20 years. Like, I mean, with my
internationally, but
internationally,
I
sure.
don't know.
Nothing. Like, I have Canada, US, and Mexico calling on this phone through my service provider for $55 a month and unlimited data for $55. I mean, Freedom Mobile. It was great. Yeah. I'm happy, And I also have something like 22 gig of international or North American roaming. So Mexico, Canada, and USA. Mm-hmm. So if I'm out of, if I go down to the US, I have 22 gig of data to roam with, no extra charge. So that's pretty good. Can't see myself going to the US for the next 4 years at least. But you know what I'm saying. Yeah. You know what I'm saying.
Absolutely. All right. So please do send us your questions. We would love to receive them. And nothing would make us happier to be able to do a show like that. But that, of course, requires you to participate by sending the questions. So hopefully we'll have enough relatively soon to be able to do that for you, because we've seen it pop up like 3 or 4 times that people are asking for that. So we figured, why not? Let's indulge that idea. It's a good one. It comes from you.
And I'm seeing here from Dan, he says you can get a burner SIM card. I didn't know that. So there you go. I could look at doing that and give me a phone number, and you could just call in. We could have a call-in show. I think call-in shows would be interesting. I mean, the chat is similar to a call-in show, but it'd be interesting for those who want to actually have their say. Yep. And we don't need a 10-second delay. It's the internet. We can say what you want. We would, of course, field calls from anybody who calls in, but if you go off the rails, you'll be cut off very quickly. Yeah, we're not, we have rules, and we're going to enforce
standards.
Yeah, we're going to enforce them.
We have standards.
If you have a take and it's a sensible one, by all means. But if you come in and you say something hateful or rude or ignorant or racist or no. But
sexist, no. Sexy, yes.
But I'm saying this for the folks who, like the folks in the chat, already know this. The folks that are in the chat already know this, right? They But these are folks who've not maybe participated in the chat, because there's about 1,600 people watching right now, and keep in mind that a lot of them are on different Twitter feeds, Facebook, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, a whole bunch of other platforms.
Yeah, we're on a bunch of platforms. We're trying to get everybody to join us in YouTube for simple reasons, and subscribers and viewers help. The algorithm, it helps us earn a living. Or, well, not earn a living, but earn money. Maybe we could make it a living eventually. But the thing is if you can get engaged with us quicker via the YouTube channel, because you can get into the chat with the Damn Fam and meet some really awesome and amazing people that will lift you up and make you feel better about yourself, even when you're having a terrible day. Because every day, and you and I have experienced it, the last time we did this, you came in here and you were not in a good headspace. But we spent the afternoon hanging out together, and the Damn Fam, the Kits and the Cubs and the Damn Fam, just elevate you.
Yep.
They're all good people.
Yep.
And we need more good people around us.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of bad people that get all the press and all the news and take up all the airway. And we don't want that. We want good people to be able to meet with one another and have a chat and figure out how we can make this world a better place. I guess that's my words of wisdom too.
Good stuff. We've got Kid Jay asking, but can I call and ask if your fridge is running?
Yes, you can. Yeah.
You could also ask if we have Prince Albert in a can.
If it's evaporated milk in a can, shouldn't it be air? I mean, it's not a silly. It's quite reasonable.
All right. That's the words of wisdom. We don't do the Because of Democracy, something that you do because it's PubCast Day.
It's PubCast Day.
So, kids, please be kind to and gentle with yourselves. Thank you so much for joining us this month. And, we'll see you on Monday for our regular show.
See ya.
Welcome to the place where everyone knows your name, where everyone's your friend, where good times are had by all. Sit back, relax, pour yourself a beverage and enjoy our company. I know we'll certainly enjoy yours. Welcome to the True North Eager Beaver PubCast. Once a month, we gather at the Lieutenant's Pump at 361 Elgin Street in downtown Ottawa, Canada's capital city, bringing you joy and happiness all day long.